Hello, it's me. Oh, my chat is pretty small. Let me make that big. Yay, I'm here. Okay. Actually, am I here yet? Am I actually here? I swear to God, if I have another black screen, if I've ever had another like black screen of a stream again, I am gonna like commit Persona 3. Please take that joke extremely lightly. Anyways, hi Sleepy, hi Bright Green Orc PNG tuber on Kick. Hello Mimic. Oh, that's good that Kick is working. That's good. Thanks for checking, you guys. Although I will say that I think my announcements are broken again on the Discord servers, like everyone's Discord servers. That I find it frustrating to kind of work with. Honestly, I kind of just leave it up to Mimic to help me out. Otherwise, I develop a wonderful aneurysm when I try to like do stuff like that. But you know, it's oh, actually, I think Mimic put my YouTube link there. I think he put it up there. Thank you so much, Mimic. But anyways, happy Thursday evening, guys. Oh no, can I wave? Oh my God, I didn't set up my webcam. Put my webcam here and see if I can wave. Wave cake, yay! Okay, that was my arm was a little bit shy. Sorry, I fell asleep. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually just woke up from a nap, so I came home at like 8 p.m. I usually stream at 9 p.m. and I thought to myself like, oh my God, should I stream today? Because I feel like death. Like I want to go to sleep. But here's the thing, I value consistency, you know? And I thought to myself, I really don't want to like crash and fall asleep this early. You know what I mean? You know how you ever feel like before the day ends, you want to at least like do something fun for yourself, you know? Whether it's like a TV show or just like a game of some sort. However, for me, I have been playing the crap out of Persona 3 Reload. Jesus Christ, I fucking love how it's going with that game. I know not all of you guys are like Persona fans. Honestly, I wouldn't even call myself like a big Persona fan either. I just appreciate it and the jokes that come with the community. But you know, if you know anything about like C's, and by C's I mean Sassy Existential Espresso Services, the VTuber group that, you know, I have together in my server, you know, if you know like the origin story of that kind of came from like, you know, us taking the C's from Persona 3. So, you know, I'm not gonna talk too much about it because who wants to talk about stuff that, you know, not everyone's like knows what it is. But I just like I like to over explain myself, like the context of things. Orc says, yo, hello Orc, what are you up to? What are you doing on this fine Thursday evening? Did you also just wake up? Because like, oh my God, this is actually probably the most awake that I feel today. And I'll be honest with you, a part of me is like, I want to say I'm like forcing myself to like wake up for stream, but no, I'm actually feeling it, probably because I was asleep inside my head for most of the day. Like I felt like a zombie earlier today. Hello Sleepy Hazard on Kick. I hope Kick does not glitch on you guys that tonight. I think it's really interesting. I would think that with the new year coming, well, it came, it's 2024, but like I figured that there would be like a bunch of like updates or changes to Kick, but if anything, like it still gets pretty buggy. Orix is about to shower, but I wanted to check in. Oh, okay. Have a good shower. Don't forget to wash behind the ears. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about self-care today. You know, as you guys know, I really love my Just Chatting streams. But you know, the last couple of chatting streams I talked about my New Year's resolutions, how it's going so far, and I haven't done one in a while. I'm not gonna keep talking about New Year's resolutions because who wants to hear me constantly talk about how I'm failing to go to sleep every night? Yeah. But you know what? Something that I really appreciate about my current master's program. So if you don't already know, I'm a mental health counseling student in training. Psychiatric nurse on the side, of course. And so as you guys can already tell, I'm a big mental health advocate. I am not the most professional or educated or confident enough to like release mental health source like videos out there. I don't like, I find myself to be like informative in like a one-to-one conversation, or maybe just like a group discussion, but I don't find myself like informative enough or confident in my knowledge enough to like suddenly whip out a beautiful YouTube video out of nowhere. So here I am talking about it in my Just Chatting streams. Yeah, so the thing that I like about my master's program is that my professors actually talk about how important self-care is, because they always think to myself, hey, you guys want to be therapists, right? Well, have you ever gone to therapy or counseling yourself? Okay, then don't be a therapist. You know, they'll tell you to your face. Like, why would you go into a profession without knowing how it is on the other side? So ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gone to therapy or counseling, I mean, whether or not you want this job or not, like, you should go, because it's you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, but I don't need therapy, I don't need this, or maybe, you know, they obviously, like, there's still a lot of stigma on like mental health, especially for the folks coming from multicultural backgrounds, where like, it's all in your head, come on, let's blend in, you know. But yeah, like, you don't have to be depressed or anxious or have like a trauma to go to therapy. Honestly, like, even if your life is like good, solid, like, you know, it can always be better. Like, you know, and especially with how life always throws curveballs at us, it's almost kind of impossible to not have some things like stress you out and bother you, especially as we age, right? Especially as we, you know, gather and gain more experiences, troubles, and responsibilities. And so therapy and counseling, basically, you know, even if your life is good, it could always be better. You know, if it helps a lot when you talk about things to other people, you know, that isn't just like your friends. Again, you know, I'm not pushing it in a way that like, hey, if you don't go to counseling, you're an effing idiot. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it does wonders. Yeah, Sleepy says, I have got to therapy. I should become a therapist. Well, I am, so there's a grief counseling center, not nearby, but in a couple towns over, and Mimic is actually a group facilitator. I know, weird, right? Because, like, you know, he's not the first person I think of when I think of like a group facilitator, but he's a trained group facilitator for both adults and adolescents. I have never went to a group where he was facilitating because, like, I wouldn't want to be comfortable, but I think he mainly does it with adolescents. And it's actually a good counterpart to what I do, actually, since I'm as a psychiatric nurse. I usually my normal demographic is like adolescents, despite having like adult psych and substance use and rehab experience as well. But anyways, as I was saying, that, you know, it kind of slips my mind that like Mimic is involved with like a grief counseling center, just because, like, you know, he doesn't really like talk about it. And, you know, I was telling him that I have to do like an assignment for school about, you know, I you know, there's like the self-care assignment where I really have to go to some sort of like self-help group. You know, it doesn't have to be AA, Alcoholic Anonymous, because I don't drink or anything, but, you know, there are other groups that are free, and, you know, I am a traumatized child inside, so I'm like, yeah, I can go for some grief counseling, why not, you know? I have pent-up frustration, why not? And so I hope that happens soon. I hope that happens soon. I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm gonna do it this February. That'll be a Valentine's gift to myself. Weird, right? If you guys follow me on Twitter, I have been trying to post more mental health like reminders and little self-care tips here and there, and I try to accompany it with a cute little image of me, and if it doesn't match the image, I apologize. I try my best. Yeah, I don't, again, Twitter, it's not really my thing, but I'll be honest with you guys, I've been having a little bit of fun with like the new interactions that I've been having online. I've been having like a few like new faces. Well, not new faces. You know, can't see their face, but you know, new account names, users interact with me that are not art scammers. Thank the Lord. And it's pleasant. It's honestly really pleasant. And you know, after that whole hiatus that I had in Christmas, I really do want to like get back into like growing my channel, you know, because my channel's been having like a pretty slow growth ever since then, and that's fine too. I'm not trying to say that like, oh, let's obsess over growth. You know me, I'm not really much to care, you know, too much for numbers. I understand some people also like cute little background sound, and so if I'm your cute little background sound and you're not listening to like a word I'm saying, totally fine. You know, I like being a purposeful person, so if my voice is just blabbering in the back as you do your work, I would not feel offended. Anyways, so one of my courses is, I think it's called co-occurring, oh my god, I can't speak, co-occurring diseases along with like substance use addiction, right? And so my professor gave a really nice speech on self-care. She's like, how are you going to take care of your clients if you don't even take care of yourselves? When you fill your car with gas, is it just a little bit of gas? Oh, thank you for the follow, Baka. You know what's really funny? I read your name as Bakal just because like Orc called you Bakal once, and I know that's not how we're supposed to say your name, but like it's growing on me and it shouldn't. So if you really don't want me to call you Bakal, I won't. But like in my head, I read it that way, and for some reason it's like cute to me. But oh my god, I digress. Thank you for the follow though. Oh, hi Moon, how are you? Happy Thursday evening. Thanks for stopping by. I was just talking about how I want to, you know, just discuss some self-care with everybody, see how everybody's doing in the week. Yeah, so like my professor was telling me, like, you know, when you fill in, you know, gas to your car, do you just fill in it kinda, or you just do it all the way? Right? You do it all the way. That's your car, bro. It's expensive. You want it to take you places, right? And, you know, I'm gonna assume you guys aren't rich motherfuckers out there who is like, no, I just kind of, you know, take care of my car only because I can just replace it. It's like, cool. Now, how about yourself? Like, how often do you take care of yourself to the max? Not just kind of take care of yourself, right? Because, like, you can replace your car, you know, like that. Okay, not like that if you're not rich, but like the point is, you can have a new car, but you can't have a new you. Okay, you can't have a new body. So whatever body you're in right now, take care of it. Okay. Moon says, I'm super duper tired. Oh, I totally feel that. I was a zombie all day. I did not get proper sleep. I was grinding on Persona 3 Reload. I like how I want to talk about self-care, but here I am also like dishing the fact that I was obsessed with my little video game and could not stop. But you know, despite the tiredness, I really appreciate you coming into to stream, you know? Happy Thursday evening, everybody. It's almost the weekend, so yay! Blah. Holy crap, I itched in my throat. Anyway, so today, no game, just a wonderful, fun, just chatting stream. I just wanted to catch up, and because some of you guys were new from my last week's stream, thank you again for coming to that. I actually wanted to like talk to everybody here and like get to know you guys. This work has me super exhausted. Oh yeah, what do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, Toyn B Idea, you're here. Good evening. But yeah, I was just kind of ranting. Not ranting. I don't want to say ranting. Ranting kind of has negative connotations, but you know, then again, ranting is quite healthy, you know. No, as opposed to keeping it in. But yeah, so for my homework in one of my classes, I had to do a self-care assessment, and boy was it an eye-opener, because guess who does not take care of themselves enough? So I have like this whole chart in front of me that I wanted to like talk about. Yeah, I ramble when I'm like, this is how my mind works. I'm talking on the outside, but I'm having like, I have like two different voices in my head that's like having its own discussion inside, wondering what to talk about next, and then another voice being distracted, being like, oh, look at the pink pen on my desk, you know. That's just how my brain works. Moon says I'm a bilingual paraeducator. Oh my god, that's so cool! I think it is so attractive when people are fluent in other languages. I hope I can say that. I hope that wasn't creepy for me to say that. Unfortunately, I do not. I grew up learning many different languages. I was learning French for 5 years in like middle school to high school, and then I learned Spanish for two or 3 years in college, and not even 2 or 3 years, technically a year because I 2 or 3 semesters, right? And I got A's in it, like I did good, but I don't remember anything. That's something that I really hate about myself, is that like I just don't have like the certain skills for like language learning and also musical talent. Like when it comes to musical talent, like I can play a really good song on the piano, but if I'm not practicing that every day, I will just forget it as if I don't even know anything about the keyboard. And you know, unfortunately, that's how I am with language. I will say I did learn ASL, American Sign Language. Fortunately, I cannot show you guys through my VTuber hands, but funny thing is that I also only like remember a few things on ASL, which is like, you know, hello, thank you, F you. My teacher taught me the difference between hungry and horny, because apparently it's like the same sign, but like when you do it repeatedly, it's not hungry, it's horny, and I think that's kind of funny. I know cookie, I know hamburger. Cookie is like the cookie cutter sign, hamburger is like you flip it, and then pancakes is like you stack it. So silly me, of course AtlasCake would know food as a part of her lesson. And of course, I remember the pleased to meet you and the sister. I know how to say sister. It's like the little finger guns and then your right hand is to your forehead and then it goes down to your. Well, anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about that because let's be real, I don't even think I'm talking about it right. But anyways, as I was saying, I hope. So I actually changed up my just chatting music. Not that some of you guys would know, because this may or may not be your first chatting stream of mine that you're watching, and so hopefully the music that I chose does not make you fall asleep. Hopefully it does not. But yeah, so let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Let's talk about self-care. So this one's the one that I hate the least. The concept of physical self-care. Now this is the one that like kicks me in the butt. Because do I eat healthy foods? No. The answer is no. I try my best. Oh wait, no, let me cross that out. I don't try my best. Yeah, no, I don't try my best. Moving on. Moon says Spanish is my first language and English is my second. Oh, interesting. English is my first and only, unfortunately. I know Mimic. You probably saw him in my last stream. Kind of like manages all of us NCs, including like, you know, helps out Sarah with stuff. His first language is both Spanish and English. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, physical. How about you, Moon? How have you been taking care of yourself in this week? You know, the interesting thing is that like a lot of people will be like, oh no, I don't have time for like self-care activities and taking care of myself, I'm just so busy. But what people kind of just like sometimes get confused is that self-care doesn't have to be a giant change in your life. It could be very, very tiny steps, whether it's like eating a slice of cake just because it makes you feel good, and obviously eating it in moderation so that it's healthy. It could just be like, you know, binge watching something that you really like, you know, just like little steps, little things that like kind of beautify life, you know what I mean? Just things that like make you happy and really sad day. I would say basic hygiene is a form of self-care. You know, if you're neglecting brushing your teeth, it's like, ooh, that's no good. That's no good. You don't want your teeth replaced at, you know, a young age. But anyways, I digress again. I will say that I am trying to eat healthier foods as of late. The other day I had a chicken salad And I always think to myself, chicken salad is one of the most boring foods in the universe because, first of all, chicken is chicken. Even when you season it, like, let's be honest, you can only tolerate eating chicken a lot for so long. And I'm trying to cut out rice out of my diet. So if you guys didn't know already, I'm Asian as fuck, and I have a lot of rice in my diet. People think I'm weird. Like, I can't eat eggs without rice. Okay, like, physically speaking, I can eat it, but do I want to eat it without rice? No, I like it with rice. And I like all meats with rice. So it's like chicken, beef, pork, like it needs to be with rice. I can't just eat the meat as is and like that's it. Like it's like wrong for me. Not morally wrong, but it's just weird for me, you know? And so, but you know, rice is fattening as fuck, and it also increases fucking glycemic index. Oops, sorry for cursing. And of course, like, raises your A1C, as in your blood sugar level, and boy do I have diabetes running in my family. And knowing my name is literally Cake, it's like, yeah, I have some sugar problems IRL, and so I know, so I'm trying to like substitute rice for like veggies and stuff. But anyways, Toynbee Idea says, I just got out of the shower and fired up YouTube. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Oh, Apathetic XS on Kick says, hi. Digress. I'm apathetic. Oh, haha, that's funny. Whatever. Anyways, let me know if Kick, poops up again, by the way. I'm curious. Sometimes I like to think, how long until Kick, like, breaks the stream? Know, but hey, if you're not on Kick, thank you for coming on YouTube. But yeah, so healthy food. So I had chicken salad for the first time in a very long time, and I know what you're thinking. Ew, salad, boring. And yeah, no, I actually liked my salad for once. And you're gonna think I'm even weirder here because I don't put dressing on my salad. People are like, what, Cake? Dressing's like the best part, you know? And I'm like, I know, I mean, it's fattening and stuff, but it's like, I'm one of those weirdos that grew up kind of picky with sauce, so I don't like the idea of like too much sauce, so I just eat plain salad. And honestly, the juices from the chicken on the salad was like enough for me. So hallelujah, I got plain salad. Oh my god, Lude is here. Lude says, Cake always breaking stuff, SMH. I know, right? Somebody stop me. Hi Lude, happy Thursday evening. We're talking about self-care today, so I'm glad that you joined the stream because everything I'm saying addresses you. I'm kidding. It's for all of us. Moon says salad is good plain. Oh, I appreciate that. I didn't even put croutons or whatever you call that in it. But yeah, so that's my way of trying to eat healthy. I've been eating chicken with like other variations, you know. Sweet potato's also healthy, but like, damn, I hate sweet potato. I hate it and I like it. So okay, at Target, if you get those frozen sweet potato waffle fries that come pre-seasoned, those are pretty damn good. But sweet potato as is, it's like obviously not as good as mashed potato, the one that we love. What about yam? Isn't sweet potato from yam? Isn't that what that is? The orange stuff. It is healthy. It is really healthy. Toynbee Idea says vinegar and a little oil is enough salad dressing for me. Oh my god, yes. If I'm gonna have like a little bit of dressing, I would appreciate the olive oil. Like, bring that to me. Bring it on. But blah, 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 blah. What was I saying? You know, okay, eggs is healthy, but like, because the yolk is so high in cholesterol, we should really watch out for how much we're consuming. This gonna make me sound like a big fat ass, but like, when I eat eggs, I really need it to be 3 scrambled eggs, because when I scramble my eggs, even when I do add some milk, it ends up being so tiny that I'm like, damn, I need another. But of course, anything past that, it's really bad for you. Actually, I would say 3 eggs is already like not great, amazing for me. Lude says, I don't know, in the end, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not a big sweet potato fan, but when it is like, again, sweet potato waffle fries, I don't actually know the brand, but if you see them in like the frozen section, I would say that's like the best thing you could get to like change your mind about sweet potato. Because Mimic also hates sweet potato, and then one day he borrowed some of like my groceries. We're roommates, by the way. No, we're not together. But yeah, so he got to try that. For the first time, he actually admits that, like, you know, I don't even think he actually admitted he likes sweet potato, but I see him eating it, so, you know. calling you out if you're still there, Mimic. Anyways, what's next on my self-care checklist? Okay, other than eat healthy foods, okay, guys, I have a self-care checklist in front of me, and we're gonna check it off together, all right? So 1 means we do this poorly, 2 is like, yeah, I do it sometimes, and 3 is I do this often, all right? So for healthy foods, I put 1 because I rarely do it, but I am trying, okay? I'm trying. Next on the list is take care of personal hygiene. Okay, that I do. Number 3, I will say I do this often. I am a proud hygiene doer. You know what makes me really sad though? So you guys know how my sleep is so like fricked and stuff. So the first thing that like a doctor or anyone who knows about sleep that would like ask me is like, oh, how's your sleep hygiene? And I'm like, sleep hygiene? What the gosh F is that? I know, guys, sleep hygiene is a thing. And you know, and because I don't want to mess up my English, I will use the power of Google to describe sleep hygiene. Basically, they're good sleep habits, also referred to as sleep hygiene. It can help you have a good night's sleep. So there are 5 principles of sleep hygiene, apparently. Which is encourage people to value, prioritize, personalize, trust, and protect their sleep. Okay, well that's just too much information. I don't feel like reading into. But basically, when it comes to like sleep hygiene, what it's basically saying is like, do you do these routine, like task? Do you do these like routine tasks to like help create a good environment for your body to get adjusted to sleep at the right time? So for example, making sure that your bedroom is totally quiet, dark, making sure that it's a comfortable temperature. I think they said that like our bodies are able to sleep better in cooler temperatures. I don't remember if it was like 60 to 65 degrees, something like that. 63 to 66 degrees, something like that. It changes. Yeah, yes, Toynbee idea, you are right. No phone, games in bed. Ha ha ha, I'm pretty guilty of that though. Yeah, just like any like light and screens that your eyes should not be like, you know, stimulated by. So just remove any electronic devices such as TVs and computers and smartphones. But let's be honest, you guys, we're all gamers here. At least I'm gonna assume if we're here VTubing and or watching a VTuber. It's pretty hard if you really can't do it. I don't know. I would say try your best to like lower the brightness of your screens and at least be very routine when it comes to like making your bed, like making sure it's clean, it's a cool area, that you're not having large meals before, you know, bedtime, caffeine. I'm looking at you, Lude. I know you're still there. I'm kidding. Caffeine, alcohol before bed. Hell no to alcohol before bed. Yeah, so that's sleep hygiene for you. That's and so this is why I hate that concept, is because I would say that I practice pretty decent sleep hygiene. Like I always brush my teeth at like the same time and prepare the room for like the right time to go to bed. And guess what? I still F up my sleep. But that is totally on me because again, P3 Reload came out. Even before that, my sleep sucked, but like, still, whatever. I guess very, 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 very silly me. I'm being contradictory, but like, whatever. But anyways, Lude says, huh, what? I'm on Warzone. I can't hear you. Wow. Wow. This guy hates women and he can't hear me? Coincidence? I think not. I'm kidding. That's an inside joke between us, and he doesn't actually hate women. Please don't report that channel. But also report that channel. He's evil. Oh, hi, Axel. Yay. Hello, Axel on Kig. Long time no... Oh, just like any other Sonic quote. Long time no see. Toynbee says, I have a filter on my phone and computer that reduces blue light on my screens. That supposedly helps too. Oh, yes. Me too. Reducing blue light. That is important. Axel says, I made it to a stream finally. Damn, you hiding on a cave playing P3. I am hiding in a cave playing P3. You see my hours on Steam. Actually, no, my hours on Steam don't count because I fell asleep for like 5 hours 2 days in a row. So I have like 10 hours of like gameplay on Steam. That's probably like false. But I probably played like a good like almost 35-ish hours of like P3 and I'm still like far from done. But I'm schmoving. I'm loving it. But you know, whatever. Axel says, I know, right? It's been a while. I just been so damn busy. By the way, folks in the chat, if you don't know Axel, this sir in the chat is Axel, a good friend of mine, on Kick. And he just got a new job. Congratulations to this boy. I am so happy for you. I have a little gift for you, by the way, but I don't know when I can like see you and give it to you. No lifing the game, lol. How is it? I love the game a lot. I personally think P3 Reload is a bit, it's god awfully easy compared to the OG, which is I understand that they wanted to bring in new fans, but it's a pretty big letdown. Even on like harder difficulty, it's pretty damn easy. But in terms of like more interactions, personality, and life into like, you know, the social links and the characters, much better. I feel it. I'm definitely feeling it, and the MC is like hot as fuck. I kind of want to jump it, and I'm keep when I said that. Anyway, Axel says, no gift. I don't deserve it. Too bad. You have it. Lude says, clap. But yeah, so, so we're my stream. I wanted to talk about self-care so that Lude can fix his life. I'm kidding. It's not. I'm kidding. Don't feel self-conscious, Lude. Hey, go have fun on your game if I'm in your background. I just want to let you guys know I don't really get offended if I'm like in the background. You know, what's doing so when I watch VTubers or even watch TV in general, I'm usually multitasking. Axel says, but hopefully when I start the new job, we can schedule around it. If not, by then we should figure out a day. Yeah, for sure. Wait, is your new job? It's explain to the chat your new job, Sir Axel, only if you want to. It's overnight, right? It's oh my god, I hope my voice didn't crack on stream because I felt that. It's overnight, right? You're gonna be an overnight worker? And my overnight, I mean like the actual graveyard shift. Like I kind of forgot what you like told me about schedule. Dude says, I know, I'm in tears. Boo-hoo. Well, wipe them. I'm kidding. I hope I hope things get better with you. Oh yeah, evening shift. Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, no, night shift and graveyard shift is like the legitimate like so I had the overnight shift at my psych nursing job sometimes. It would be from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and it will kick my A. But 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. that's not bad. Although, oh boy, you will get tired. That is quite a different. That is And then when you get home, oh no, you'll be like too tired for games. Oh no. Axel says, but I'm gonna learn more in there and grow hopefully. I think you will. And you know what? You worked really hard to get this job and to get where you are. So honestly, like super duper congrats. That must be like so exciting. Toynbee says, I worked overnight for a while, didn't much care for that. Honestly, because I grew up as a night owl, I actually really like the idea of overnight shifts, especially because you kind of do less stressful work but for more money. It's more money, at least as a nurse, because it's like nobody wants to F up their life and their schedule and their sleep by taking overnight shifts. So it's like, you know, we're short staffed at night, so I'm like, hey, overnight shifts. But then after like more than half a year of being on overnight shift, I could really feel my body like mess up internally. Like I really couldn't bounce back. I could feel myself gaining weight even when I was eating like healthy and in moderation. So that's how you know my metabolism was messed up. Heart rate very different, blood pressure very off, and so I mean, not very off, but it's like different from my normal base blood pressure. And that's when I realized that like I can't do overnight for so long. It's not good, especially 12-hour shifts. F that. So yeah, here I am trying to take better care of myself, talk about self-care stuff. Oh, Morgan, hi Morgan, Cake, what it do, yo? I love it when you greet me, Morgan. It's always with like, it's always enthusiasm and style. But I'm good. How are you? Happy Thursday evening. Axel says it's fine if I get home tired because I get the mornings for me, so no problem. Oh, thank you so much for just subscribing! Yay! Yay! That makes me happy. I'm sorry, I cut my brain off. No problem. Okay. Oh, what? Another subscriber! Thank you so much! Jesus! That's too nice. I like really don't deserve that. Morgan says I'm doing good. I'm grinding to give levels to Legion and Dead by Daylight. You're on Dead by Daylight? Sir, I applaud you because I grew a headache of Dead by Daylight after a while. It's just awfully imbalanced to the point where it just felt unfair at some point. But I am a big horror fan, so I still respect the grind, you know? Axel says, plus I can stay up a bit later and sleep later. Can you? I want, because the thing is, like, I would love to, like, game with you again, but I know that, like, your parents tend to sleep early, and, you know, I don't want, you know, to be the cause of any bother, you know? Axel says, I uninstalled DBD. You know, that's fine. I'm not even offended. I will say that, like, the only times that I have fun on DBD is if I'm, like, doing a custom game with people, but it has to be like a full party of custom games, and I think it's pretty damn fun. But in general, it's like I get tired of like the routine of it. Axel says, stay up later, can't speak loud, I'll probably be in ASMR mode. What if you become an ASMR artist? You know, it's really funny, you guys. So one of my friends at Apple, I don't know if he's still here. It's fine if he's not. But he was actually thinking about becoming an ASMR artist because his girlfriend wants to get into it, so they wanted to be like a couple duo. And he was asking me advice about it. And I haven't listened to ASMR in a while, but I used to listen to it back in college a lot, and like when I'm really having like bad sleep. And so it's not like I'm a big ASMR fan that I know certain like titles, names, or like can talk about it a lot. But the more he kept asking me advice for it, the more I realized I know more than I thought. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Cake, why do you know all this? You know, I was like telling him the difference between like, yes, like there's fast tapping, wooden taps and stuff, raindrops. You know, people like to cut the kinetic sand. That shit's like dope. But anyways, that's weird. Morgan says Killer is worth the grind more IMO. I just play Survivor with friends really at this point. Oh yeah, for sure. Like Survivor, you need it with friends. Otherwise, it just ain't fun. It's really not. Killer, I can understand. Although I will say, in the perspective of being the killer in the DVD, you realize how toxic survivors really are. It's like, damn, homie, I just wanted to try a game, and I'm getting like teabagged a bunch for no reason. Dude says ASMR stream day one, Cake. Oh my god, I don't think I can take myself seriously, guys, if I do an ASMR video. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm curious about it. I want to do it I want to see if I can do a relaxing one, because like I think to myself, like, how do people do ASMR videos? I would get so tired of doing the same thing for a long time. I mean, I'm sure they record parts and then cut it and then like go back and edit it so it looks like they're doing 2 hours. They probably have like, you know, 4 breaks in those 2 hours, you know? But like I just can't, like, I think to myself, I'm gonna get so tired with just like 1 minute of like tapping glass on something. Except not really, because there was actually one day where one of my friends was going through a really rough breakup. You know, she used to be in sleep call with her man, and now she wasn't. You know, sleep call, sometimes people have like a sleep call in Discord that's private, where like 2 long distance fellows will like be in the same sleep call. Enough context. Anyways, and so like because she, you know, kind of didn't want to be alone tonight, I went into her sleep call and I did like ASMR for her. I was literally just like tapping a glass mason jar as she fell asleep, and she's like, oh yeah, I like that, thanks. And then like I wasn't sure when she was actually asleep. She falls asleep fast. I would say she probably fell asleep at like the first 5 minutes, but because I'm like, I don't know for sure, because it's not like we ever on or anything. I like decided to tap that glass for like a good 25 minutes. And you know, I felt bad for her because again, breakup, I wanted to be there for her. And then after like 25 minutes, I'm like, damn, I did that for 25 minutes. I did not know I had the energy for that. So I'm thinking to myself, I guess I tested my abilities. I tested my strengths. Morgan says I laugh about a lot of those toxic survivors because they act so smug is funny as hell. It's funny, and then sometimes it feels weird. Like you know, it's like I don't really get offended getting like bullied online in like online games in chat. Like if like someone in Overwatch chat is like, ha ha ha, you suck, touch grass. It's like I don't go, no, I can't handle it. I touched grass and nothing happened. Like, you know, it's like it's not like I really care. I mean, you usually, you know the whole cliche, they bully because they don't feel good about themselves or whatever, or they're cowards because it's online, whatever. But I will say that the part of me that really does admit that I get affected by is like, I hate the idea of like really like entitled kids like feeling they have like the biggest dick in the world just because they won a game, as if winning games is like the GOAT value of life. You know, maybe that's me thinking too philosophically far into it, you know, but it's like that's just what I think, you know. It really does suck when people like, you know, value the idea of like competitive gaming in a casual queue up, you know, so damn hard that they gotta like rub themselves in chat, and it's just a little bit strange for me knowing that me sucking at a game may or may not have contributed to somebody's like throbbing ego. Like, okay, I guess when I word it that way, it's a little bit strange. I swear I'm not trying to be weird. I swear I'm not like, you know, crying over being bullied or something. But it's just like, that's just like, you know, I think about those kind of things. You never want to be that one drop in the water that contributed to an ocean of like, what the gosh heck is that? But anyways, yeah, I'm done talking about that. Axel says, ew, you weird. No, your mom. Thank you, Toynbee. Toynbee says, no, I get it. Thank you. Ha ha ha. Axel. Somebody gets I'm such a dick. I'm kidding, Axel. I am weird. I did weird that wrong. If I weirded it wrong in a way that it like made you guys cringe physically, I apologize. Lude says it's a sign to try the ASMR for one day. Honestly, maybe one day. The problem is I would have to adjust the settings on my mic, and because I already have audio issues as is, I'm like, I have like PTSD with like, you know, messing with it again. Axel says before killers and survivors were fun to play with, randoms and stuff. Yeah, for sure. I remember there was a time playing Dead by Daylight where even if I like lost and sucked all the time, I was still having fun. You know, I personally, I don't really need to win to have fun. I think as long as I feel the fighting chance of like winning and I worked with my friends to like get there, it's like fun. But if I'm queuing a game on DVD and then it's just like immediate, the first 5 seconds is like, oh god, it's like, you know, it's not gonna be a good game. You know that this person's like a giant sweat and there's like no point. It's like that's the part where it's not a fun game, you know. Like, again, I don't have to win, but the fighting chance is nice, you know, or at least getting one of my survivor mates like out through the gates. It doesn't even have to be me. Oh, Cream Chan's in chat. Hi, Cream. Happy Thursday evening. What did you do today? Axel says, see, I was right, weirdo. Oh my god, there's a bully in my chat. I'm kidding. Alright, guys, listen. On my next chart, on my self-care assessment, how often do you guys exercise? Yes, you, Cream in the back. How often do you exercise? I'm kidding. I'm not calling anyone out. So here's the thing, you guys. I recently bought a treadmill. Well, not recently. This was like 3 months ago, but I love it. I actually genuinely love it. It's not a big bulky like gym treadmill that you see, you know, like generally, but it's one of those like compact, quote unquote portable. I know portable, maybe that's not the right word for it, but it's one of those like compact treadmills that you know, there's no handles or bars. It's just the what do you call that? The conveyor belt itself. Did I say that right? It's just a belt that you can just like slip underneath like your desk or your bed and then take it out, so that, you know, it's very like minimalist in terms of space and power as well. So you can't really do like a 60-minute like power jog on that, but you can do a nice like half hour like, you know, light, brisk walking on it. And so lately, I every other day I've been, trying to fit in at least like half-hour exercise. I know everybody says that you should be doing 45 minutes a day, but I'll be honest with you, ever since I like graduated from like college and my accelerated nursing program, in terms of time management skills, I'm a lot more like lax with myself. And so I don't like I'm not like I pace myself like, a little better, I guess, in a way that I'm not like, like, oh, you have to do all this, you know what I mean? Probably worded that myself weird, but Axel says barely because life screws me over. What? I gotta buy a machine for myself. Axel, why don't we exercise? Actually, no, I don't ever want to. Oh, you know what we should do? I want to find like a karaoke place nearby us, and then we can like dance when we do karaoke. Oh, that'll be so fun. I really want to burn calories dancing, because I used to dance a lot with my gal pals back in college. Ooh, good times. I'm not much of like a clubbing person, but back then I loved going to like clubs and like frat parties with like friends, just because it's like music and ambiance. Like I don't need to drink personally. I don't really like alcohol. I kind of like being the mom friend of the group that says drink water or else, but then like, boy, did I like to shake my hips back in the good old days. Anyways, I am creeping some of you guys out, aren't I? Cream says not much, gonna film a trailer later on tonight. Trailer? What? For what? That's so cool. Coin B says, I play Ring Fit for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Oh, Ring Fit. Ring Fit is really good. Ring Fit is actually like really, really good. And it's just, oh my god, I fell out of it. But you know what? I really appreciate that Ring Fit really does like push you, like when you're defeating those monsters and you gotta do those squats, and I'm like, I will defeat this monster and I will get a good booty, Dude says, I'm terrible at getting exercise. Most all do just because it's still something is take a walk for an hour. Oh, that's still really good. That's still really good, Lude. Honestly, guys, pat yourselves on the back. You guys probably do like more than you guys think you do, okay? So like, let's say, a lot of people try to think to myself, oh man, I don't have time for exercise. I don't have time for a 45-minute to like 1 hour walk. But the thing is, like, guys, you don't have to go all or nothing. Erase that all or nothing mentality. If you can just spare 5 minutes to take a walk, take those 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes are better than nothing. And if you don't think so, take those 5 minutes of walking like every day. It makes a big difference towards your health in the long run. You will feel it. I'm sure everybody, no matter how busy you are, that you have some sort of 10 minutes just to like do push-ups or like, stretch and stuff. Even stretching makes a big difference in terms of like health, making sure all the oxygen and blood is flowing in your body, avoiding the old granny back that I have currently. Axel says, dance, you funny. Karaoke, you even more funny. Damn, Axel, I didn't think I was that funny. Oh my god, I will drag you out one of these days. I will drag out both you and Mikoko, and I will expect that Mikoko is the best singer in the universe because she's Filipino. I'm kidding, that's a stereotype, you guys. Reeve says, I mostly do yoga and it's a surprise. Ooh, surprise. Okay, I won't ask. Well, actually, I will ask. I'll bug you about it later in DMs, because that's just me. But, nice. Yoga, power yoga. Ooh, ever try hot yoga? Yoga is intense, you guys. It is not that comfortable. I will say my favorite yoga position is the happy baby. Everybody, class, this is the one time I'm gonna permit you to open your phones. I want you all to Google happy baby. Axel says, tries to pat my back and miss because I am a failure and couldn't work out. Oh my god, Axel, I know you're partially Asian, but you're not that Asian. I'm kidding. That was a tiger Asian dad joke right there. Mikoko, sing! Why are you laughing? Okay, I guess, she would be a shy little birdie, would not sing, but I get the feeling. I feel it. I think somewhere inside she has like this like Mariah Carey high notes in there. I bet you. Oh my god, plot twist, I know your girlfriend more than you do. Can you imagine? I'm kidding. Anyways, so yeah. Ejercicio. I said that so badly, didn't I? But yeah, exercise is very important. Just, you know, guys, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, I refuse. If you guys say that you're busy, get out of my chat. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. I still love talking to you. But what I meant to say is beat yourself up. Oops, wait, no, sorry, that's toxic. Let me change that. Shut up. There we go. If you think you're busy, I refuse to believe that no, don't leave chat. Anyways, I refuse to believe that people are like extremely busy. You know, like I think because like as humans we're creatures of habit, so I can understand why it may be hard to, you know, manage our time, especially under stress, especially when, you know, education and work kind of demands more from us than we should be giving in the first place. So, you know, it's not like I don't understand those stressors. But let's really be real, you guys. If you have 5 minutes to scroll on Instagram or TikTok, you have 5 minutes to do push-ups, trust me. If you got 5 minutes to like answer all your DMs and all your friends, trust me, you got some 5 minutes to take a walk, okay? If you're in bed, if you're sleeping in bed, for an extra 5 minutes, like you just want to like stay in bed, you know, or just be on your phone. If you have that time, trust me, you got those extra 5 minutes to get out of bed and do squats. And again, I'm not saying it's easy, you guys, but what I am saying is where there's a will, there is a way. I think, okay, my eyes just were wonky for a second there. Where there's a will, there is a way. I think if somebody like really wants to do it and does a good job at like planning it, I think it is very possible. And so one way that like we can plan, so one way we can make our self-care goals more possible, or at least highly more likely, is to plan them a day ahead. You know, you don't have to change who you are and then suddenly become a list making person. You know, I personally like making lists, but no, I get it. If you're not that kind of person, don't be that person, right? But it does help. But yeah, just planning it, just having it in your head the day before. And if you're somebody who forgets easily, I think jotting it down on a sticky note and leaving it somewhere where you will definitely like run into it. So on like the mirror cabinet of your bathroom, put a little sticky note that says, hey yo, 10 squats today. And you know, oh, that's actually another really good exercise tip. So back then I used to do 30 squats in the day and then 30 squats at night, and I would do that while I was brushing my teeth. So even when I was in the college dorms, I would literally be doing like squats as I brushed my teeth. I was lucky enough that people didn't walk in to go like, lady, what are you doing? You know, I was lucky because it's like my classes were probably like a little. Anyways, that's my tip for exercise. I really, honestly, I'm not here preaching as if like I have my life down. I definitely do not have my life down. But I know there was one point where I felt wonderful, and I would like to get back to that, if not back to that grind, better. At least like some sort of better version of me that this present day cake can handle. Ooh. What a speech. Okay, well that was a lot of talking, so give me a sec, guys. I need to take some sippy sip of my water. That's nice. This is good water. Ooh, good bitch. Damn it, I need to refrain from cursing more. Anyways, all right, folks. Next on the list. Oh, interesting. This is actually really cute. So the next thing on the list, oh my god! Morgan! More gifted subs! That is too sweet! Thank you! Oh my god. To Axel, to Cream, to Lou, to Mimic, to Slash Shinobi. Damn, man, you gifted it to like my homies. Oh my god, thank you so much, Morgan. I swear, like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, you're giving me too much that I don't deserve, and it's like, ooh, hell yeah, praise Bob. Praise Bob. Alright, this one's for you, Morgan. The next on my list for physical self-care is wear clothes that help me feel good about myself. See, so this is just a little bit of like a TMI / trigger warning. If you guys don't already know, I did struggle a lot with depression throughout my life, especially end of high school or early high school, no, early college and like going on, like I always had like a sad life just because I was like born in like, you know, basic tragedy. But like I never, depression never really hit me until like my adult years. And so, you know, that's kind of what like knocked me off my course in terms of like self-care. And so I'm kind of just using my mid-20s to just like get back into it. And I'll be honest, you guys, I would go to the grocery store in just like sweatpants, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like in a way, you can spin that and say that's a good self-care technique to just wherever the f you want, and you know, and comfortably on your errands. But it's like I wasn't just in sweatpants, guys. My hair will be messy. It'll be like in a messy ponytail and a hat, and it's like it really looked like, from an outside perspective, that I didn't care about my appearance. And you know, and it's like, you know, on an outside perspective, people will be like, whatever, you know, people do that. But the thing is with me is that I actually do really like fashion. IRL, I'm a big fan of street fashion. I like, you know, I really like wearing skirts and dresses kind of person. I like jewelry. I'm, you know, I don't think I'm like a really big girly girl, but I do like, you know, girly things. Am I the most fashionable in terms of like I have like designer stuff? No. When I mean fashionable, I meant like, you know, I go for like the trends that I specifically like, you know, and that might be a combination of like, you know, a lot of leathers and probably some anime graphic tees, but like, you know, high heel boots. I like being in high heels sometimes. And so there was a time where I used to really dress for not like business success, but like dress for success in terms of just like feeling good about myself. And then there was a point in time where I was just so awfully depressed. I didn't like dress the same anymore. I kind of just didn't feel like it. And so I'm kind of going back into that phase where I am understanding the value of how, you know, fashion is not just materialistic, or you know, I'm not trying to be like a status symbol of like good taste or riches, because by all means I cannot afford much really. But like, you know, fashion really is expression, creative expression. It's a creative outlet in its of self, you know. And so yeah, I'm slowly but surely trying to like recognize how you dress and how you walk outside of your door and how you feel in your own clothes, you know, makes a really big difference in how you feel about yourself. And so lately, in the class, when I go out for class, my class is only just for a few hours of the day, and sometimes I won't even have anything else errand wise, or even a shift on the day that I go to school. But I've been trying my best anyways to like look, you know, decently nice, you know, going back to wearing my earrings and my necklaces and stuff. And so I am slowly but surely, you know, returning back to like the OG cake that like, you know, cared a lot. And so, you know, that's just my personal experience with like, you know, how it feels to check off this list in the physical self-care. Actually, I rated it a 2, as in I do this sometimes. So, you know, not all the time, because, you know, I do like my fluffy sweatpants. But if I'm gonna wear sweatpants, it's gonna be a very nice velvety Victoria's Secret one, not the plaid actual PJ college ones that I still for some reason still own. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And next on the physical self-care list, eat regularly. Now this is the part where I really struggle, because, you know, as you guys know, my sleep schedule is just all over the place, very wonky, and I'm just not proud of it, right? Like I'm making small changes here and there for sure. However, because my sleep is whack, the times that I eat is pretty whack. So yeah, I really don't have much to say about that, but you know, that this is kind of like the lesson behind why self-care is so important, is because like when you fail to neglect certain aspects of your life, certain small self-care steps, it tends to have a snowball effect on, you know, the rest of your, you know, other self-care habits, right? And so if, you know, if I'm up at like 4 a.m. or something, and it's like, damn, that my usual time is like 4 p.m. I'll get a snack. So then the 4 a.m. version of myself that's staying up all the time is like, damn, I want a snack, you know. So that's a lesson I need to learn, you know. And I think it's a lesson that some of you guys need to learn too. I'm not gonna call you guys out, but I know who you night owls are. Okay, you guys may be young, maybe younger than me, and can bounce back in terms of health. But listen, guys, you only have one body. All right, you only got one brain. All right, just take care of it. All right, take care of it. Especially if you have awareness of like any hereditary diseases or genetic diseases that you have from family, like if like certain like cancers run in your family, maybe you have like parents or grandparents that has history or high risk of like high blood pressure, diabetes. It's like, don't assume that just because you're young that you won't that kind of stuff won't affect you. And don't be like, yes, future Cake can deal with it, 50-year-old Cake can deal with it. Because listen, guys, so unfortunately, a lot of people in their 20s are obese in America. A lot of, as we go on with the younger and younger generations are getting these comorbidities like much earlier than boomers have, actually. And that's a really big concern, right? So guys, let's try not to be the statistic. You only got one body, take care of it. Oh, is that Mr. Frosty? Hello, Mr. Frosty on YouTube. Happy Thursday evening. Mr. Frosty says, yeah, go to bed, you snack eaters. Yes, snack eaters. That's also to me. Tony B's like, woo, America. America. Yeah. So yeah, next on the self-care list, participate in fun activities. And it says here in parentheses, walking, swimming, dancing, sports. Okay. It is so sad how I talk about how much I miss dancing, yet I don't really dance anymore. I will say I have been trying to do more for myself. So like back then I used to have like a lot of like self-defense classes, just because I was getting into nursing, not even just nursing but psychiatric nursing. So not all the patients are like in their bed, they're actually walking around, may or may not have combative aggressive tendencies. Not trying to stereotype them, but listen, people in the hospital, they're there for like their worst time in their life. They may be experiencing withdrawal symptoms, or the typical patient that really wants to beat the crap out of healthcare workers, right? And so it's kind of required for all of me and the work homies to know self-defense. And so I do have training on that. Am I the best at it? No. But do I have pretty good cat reflexes? Yes. I actually do think I'm pretty good at that. But lately I've actually been trying to like train again, been stretching a lot more lately. I'm trying to learn. The other day I learned how to like spin a staff. Not that I'm ever gonna need a bow staff against a patient, because that's very unethical and unheard of. But I just like learning new things. I'm like, what? Why not? And so I know that now. And I can also, I've been trying to learn the spin kick, and like mixed martial arts. So guys, when you're learning the spin kick, the most common mistake is that people release their kick too early. You need to like turn your head in a way that you have eyes on the target, and then you release your kick. Anyways, so that's what I've been up to in terms of having fun. I didn't want to just say the generic, I've been playing video games, because it's like, aren't we all playing video games, Damn, swimming. I used to swim so much back in the day. Howdy, everybody. Dude says, thank you for the gifted sub, Morgan. Morgan is like literally the MVP. Or Morgan is like my favorite character. Mr. Frosty says, take some BJJ classes. Learn to choke a fool. Toyn B says, I used to do WC claims for several hospitals. One guy hurt 5 people in one incident. Oh yeah, totally. That's a very common story. I had there was one client I had who also hurt like several patients at a time. So they were trying to give her the typical Aldol, Benadryl shot, whatever, just, you know, to calm her down, because she was really, she was what do you call that? She was an elopement risk. She just threatened to like run out of the hospital whenever, and so it a lot of the staff, nurses, mental health technicians would have to like, you know, pin her down in time for like, you know, just to like, you know, draw up the you know, a syringe. And you know, I remember I heard she like slapped like this one girl who was trying to pin her arm. She did this like front kick that like kicked somebody in the nose. Like, ooh, oh my god, it was like wild. I remember, so that happened in the daytime. I was working the evening. Thankfully, that patient liked me. I don't know if it's because I joke a lot during work, or because I have like a young appearance, or maybe because I'm a short Asian girl that I look like I can be like punted easily. So, you know, maybe she took a liking to me. But it's like, I remember, okay, obviously I can't dock names because HIPAA, but let's say her name is Abby. Let's just say her name is Abby. And so like one time she like threatened to like leave the hospital and like, you know, beat up everybody and stuff. And then I was kind of just like trying to like, you know, distract her. So here's the funny thing. When you are a psychiatric nurse, you're supposed to use therapeutic communication techniques to de-escalate a situation. Me, what did I do? I used the element of surprise and I started dancing like a monkey in front of her. And then she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm dancing. Like, well, what are you doing? And she's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, okay, well, you shouldn't. I'm dancing. It would be rude if you ruined my performance. So let me dance. And so she just eventually like kind of like chuckled at me, you know, to the point where we're starting to have a conversation with each other, to the point where she was like not laughing at me, but laughing with me. And so she decided to not run away that day, thank God, because that would have been so much psychiatric code, psych code, and you know, that would be a lot of paperwork and explanation to her parents and the supervisor and everybody else in the universe. So, you know, yeah, and also of course safety, you know, safety, of course. And sorry if I didn't say that first. But yeah, and then some of the nurses were like, oh my god, Cake, you're like that Abby whisperer. And I'm like, I didn't whisper crap. I just showed her my sweet dance moves. that's one story amongst other stories. You know what's really funny? Being a psychiatric nurse to a bunch of you know, Zoomers and you know, Gen Alpha or whatever, they really love to draw Among Us on the walls. I kid you not, almost every bedroom. And it's not even like the same kid. It's like, you know, because people are in and out of the hospital, right? Which they change rooms often. But I will see so many new like crayon or pen drawings of like the little Among Us characters. And I'm like, yeah, kids really like Among Us. I just think it's just so funny. You know, it's funny, I remember when I was on a Dead by Daylight grind, and I'm like, damn, these kids are like, they're so much younger than me, but it's like, of course, they're all gamers too. And this one girl had like a Dead by Daylight shirt, and then I'm like, hey, you like, I see your shirt, you like Dead by Daylight? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you good at it? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, sweat. And you know, she like laughed at me. If you're gonna joke with like your clients, guys, like choose the right ones, because that could have easily gone wrong of me being an asshole. But you know, she thought it was funny, you know, just like gaming lingo. We all know how whack the DVD community is, so I made that joke. I remember one of my patients talked about like loving Roblox, and I'm like, bruh, lame, you know. That's just my attitude, by the way. I swear I'm not bullying the people I'm giving care to. I swear. It's just, I you know, with how it is in a psychiatric inpatient facility is that patients go nuts, waking up to the same damn white walls all the time, and most of the workers are like much older than them. So like when I do work, I'm like You know, I make sure I'm like the fun nurse that can have like a stimulating conversation with someone. I was so happy that one of my clients was a big Sonic fan, and I was like, "Hey, yo, Sonic!" And then she talked about how cute Shadow the Hedgehog was, and that's the part where I took 10 steps back. But anyways, moving on to our next physical self-care subject. Oh well, I'm gonna skip this bitch. It says get enough sleep. That's so funny. Me getting enough sleep. That's really funny. That will not happen ever. I'm kidding. So yeah, my sleep schedule is still whack, but like, hey, I'm at least trying to like time my alarm so I get like a 7-8 hours, you know. Lulu Gamer says took steps back. Yeah. Yeah, literally. In my head, I'm like, damn, that's why you're in the hospital. No, I'm kidding. That's awful. It's funny. Shadow. All the little girls had a crush on Shadow the Hedgehog. You know? I was not one of them, just saying. Okay, so get enough sleep. So that's one. Let's skip that. We talk enough about sleep, okay? Go to preventative medical appointments, i.e. checkups and teeth cleanings. Oh, okay. So I work per diem, which means I don't work full-time, which means I don't have benefits. So I currently have like the free healthcare, what's it called? The free healthcare insurance. So, you know, I'll be honest, I have not been going to enough preventative medical appointments. The glasses I am currently wearing, oh, oops, I'm not, this is in my... The glasses that I'm currently wearing are actually an old prescription, so shame on me. Actually, it's really bad if you get used to wearing an old prescription because it actually does damage your eyes forward. Lude says, oh, I was about to say if you were. Nah. Oh, hello, Echo. Welcome to YouTube. Oh, Dominier. Hey. Long time no see. Happy Thursday evening, you guys. Welcome to my self-care stream. I'm literally like going down a list that I received my professor in terms of my self-care assessment, and boy am I finding out how much I abused the crap out of myself. Lude says my glasses are on a lifeline. Super old glasses. It's being held by crazy glue from the middle. Oh my god, you're one of those characters. Be careful, Lude. Hey, Lude, chance I'm gonna assume that you're under the age of 26, which means you're under your parents' health insurance. And if your parents have health insurance, take advantage of that and get new glasses. Don't be me. Do not be me, Lude. I mean, with me, it's like, you know, my mom doesn't work anymore, and so like I can't take advantage of that health insurance. And then as a per diem worker, I don't have. If you guys don't know what per diem, I know I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. So per diem is basically the status where you know you can choose your days depending on the facility. I don't know what other jobs have per diem status, but like it's mostly known for like nurses who don't work full-time or part-time. And so yeah, it's wonderful because you get paid more, you choose your days, it's a lot more flexibility, or maybe perhaps you were on call. I'm personally not on call, thank God. But the point is I don't have full-time benefits, so I do have to rely on like free state insurance that my 50-year-old self will have to pay for a lot eventually. Lude says I'm so lazy. I know. Yeah, buddy. Well, this stream is for you. I'm kidding. It's for all of us, okay? Toynbee says I'm getting new glasses first thing once I get a new job. Ah, bet. Good luck on the job search. Gug, says Lude. Okay, guys. Next one's pretty easy. The next checklist is rest when sick. Okay, well, this is kind of obvious, but yeah, like, if there are times where, like, your parents or another obligation or your friends is like, no, get out of bed, no, you have to do this, you can't miss it, you only got the cold, no, stop it. Please rest, okay? It makes a big difference. Moving on, next checklist. Next on the checklist is overall physical self-care, in which I rated a 1. I rated a 1 out of 3, with 3 being highest. So yeah, that's physical self-care, but hey, the next one is even more fun, guys. So we're done with physical, and now we're on to psychological / emotional self-care. So ladies and gents, pay attention. Do you guys take time off from work, school, and other obligations? Okay, this doesn't really like apply to me as much because I work per diem. So I'll admit, it's not that I'm not busy. Like, I'm definitely am busy, but like you know, I have a lot more flexibility than I did from 2 years ago. Thank God. But again, it really feels like my time management is off because I'm still adjusting from getting out of my overnight schedule. Dominier says I'm probably a 0. No! Oh no! Too bad you weren't here earlier in my self-care checklist. I was giving the speech of my life on how we only have one body and one mind and we can't just easily replace it, so we gotta take care of ourselves. For example, do you just kinda fill up the gas in your car? No, you fully fill up the gas in your car. So why should we kinda take care of our bodies? We should always take care of our bodies. Now, I'm not saying to be perfect, because again, creatures of habit, it's kind of hard to change things. But listen, guys, you're worth it, okay? You're worth it, and so take care of yourself as if you are a golden baby. That's the end of my speech. It became weak in the end, but you know what? It had the word baby in it, and baby is probably one of my favorite words because it's cute. So yeah, I like the end of my speech. Toynbee says, if I'm not at work, they'll figure out they don't need me. Oh my god. Lute says, because we use 10% of our brain. Boom, science. Dominier says, I don't fully fill the gas up in my car. Oh no, I don't mean like fully fill up the gas, like fill it up. What I meant like kind of fill the gas, I meant like, you do it haphazardly while some of the gas is like leaking out of the car and then don't close the... Yeah, okay, that was probably like the not the most amazing analogy I used. I probably should have said something else. But the point I was trying to make is that if you don't take care... Okay, if you don't always do the maintenance checks in your car, that really sucks. It's closer to you getting a new car, right? But hey, at least you can replace your car, right? But can you replace your body? Nah. I mean, unless you're really, really rich, and well, I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I mean? Oh, hello, Eric Gonzalez on YouTube. Eric says, hello, hope you're all having a good night, day, etc. Oh my god, my voice cracked. For me right now, it is 10:25 p.m. on the East Coast, and I'm having a pretty decent day. Well, actually, no, I felt like a zombie all day because I was asleep at the wrong time. But when I woke up for streams, and I just let you guys know, I stream every Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm actually having really fun. I'm having a lot of fun talking to everybody. I'm just kind of going through like a self-care checklist. Oh my god, what is my cat doing? Hi, baby. He's just looking at me. What do you want, baby? He just wants attention. He just wants attention. He don't want my heart. That's a Charlie Puth reference. Anyway. Eric says 11:25 here. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me see. Okay, so then good evening to us both then. Show cat pic. Oh, you know what's funny? I actually on Twitter, I didn't post a picture of my cat on Twitter, but I like did an edit of a VTuber asset on Twitter of me holding like my black and white cat. But if you guys are not already in my Discord server, now's a good time to join. I think the Discord link is working in my YouTube or Kick, wherever you guys are. If you guys are not so into Discord servers, because I understand people don't like to join a bunch, I just want to let you know I would not be personally offended if you guys join in to check out my pictures of the cat under the Fur Baby Funfun channel and then you dipped right after. Like, I wouldn't, But if you did get in my server, I would really appreciate it because I have my little announcements there. I'm also part of a VTuber group called C's, and I have a few other announcements of everybody there too. If the Discord link is not working under my YouTube or Kick, and I think I recognize some of you guys from like maybe Sarah's server. I know if you scroll all the way down to like the C's social links, I think it scroll up in C's social links. I think the Discord link is like working there. So yeah, if you want to join, I would actually really like that. But yeah, I love my baby cat. Actually, I have a bunch of cats. It's not even technically my cats. It's actually mainly like my roommate's cat. So like one of my best friends, Mimic, we decided to like rent a place together, and then one of our other friends is moving with us soon, just to save money and right, be on our own. And while I have a dog named Cinnabon, he got a cat named Cookie Boba, and he didn't know it was pregnant. So now there's a bunch of cats in this house. I mean, we did give away a few earlier in the year, but yeah. So one of the cats is named Cheesecake, and he's a baby right now. I love you. Dominier says I'm really bad with junk food. It's a big topic between my therapist and I. Oh my god, dude, I am really bad with junk food. I totally know what you mean. Here's the thing. In a way, it's still a form of self-care to eat like that last cookie or like a cute little slice of cake, right? But moderation is key. We can technically eat whatever we want as long as, you know, we don't have any like pre-existing conditions that, you know, say we shouldn't, you know? Dominier says, on that note, I think everyone needs a therapist, probably one of the best resources in the world. That and psych nurses. I 100% agree with you on that. Thank you so much for saying that. Shout out to all my mental health workers. Yeah, as I was saying in the beginning of the stream, I think everybody should go to therapy. It doesn't matter if you think you're in a good place in your life. I think there are always ways things can get better, and it is also a good way of like you know, preventative, you know. It's also a good preventative method for like, you know, future stressors, because as we age and we get more experience and responsibilities, let's be honest, we're gonna face stressors no matter what, right? I'm not sure if I can agree on the psych nurses part, just because I worked with a lot of mean psych nurses. I mean, okay, let me be honest, that they are golden. They do a lot, but I will admit that I've been seeing a fluctuation of more nurses in the psych nurse field when they don't like it, and that's a bit of a problem. Honestly, I can't judge too much because, right, our economy sucks. Maybe they took this job because they really need it. But just as a mental health advocate, I just think it's really important to have a lot of stamina and empathetic understanding and therapeutic communication techniques before they, you know, dive into that demographic. Because, you know, psychiatric, it's a tricky demographic, right? It's very underrepresented, you know, highly stigmatized, right? And people are going through the hardest times in their life. And a lot of people are like, what? Psych nurses barely do anything because it's not medical, you know? It's like medical is like an actual nurse. And it's like, F you, society. Like, mental health is everything, you know? Yeah, anyways, I speak too much. Sorry for that. The Ludley Gamer says, I remember when I had so much cats because 2 of my cats became pregnant at the same time span. Oh my god, that must have been so cute. Can I just say that pregnant cats are so damn wholesome? I remember, so this is when Mimic lived in a different apartment far away, and I was ending class, and then he says, oh my god, the cat's giving birth, and I'm like, oh my god. And so I like drove all the way there just to like witness like the third cat, and the third cat was Chandler Bing. We named it Chandler Bing. We thought it was a boy. It turns out it was a girl, so we kind of misgendered the cat, but it's kind of funny. It's fine though. It was very beautiful to watch a cat give birth, and like I can kind of sense it and see it on the face of the cat that they're like proud of themselves because all the babies were alive and healthy, and oh, it was just so hot. It's just okay. I digress. I'm sorry. Dominier says an ounce of prevention is cheaper than a pound of cure. That is a really good quote. I like that. I probably butchered that idiom. Nah, I like it though. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say an ounce of prevention is cheaper than a pound of cure. Okay, that is so interesting. I never heard about that before, but you know, remind me to screenshot that. Lute says there was 15 cats we had in total because of it. Oh my god, 15 cats. But yeah, seeing kittens run everywhere was hilarious. That is so wholesome. That is so wholesome. Yeah, so I didn't actually own pets when I was younger. Like, sure, I had like fish, and maybe I had 3 wild rabbits for like a day until I had to release them out in the wild. But I never had a dog until
end of 2021, and it changed my life. It's very different when you get a pet in your adulthood as opposed to like growing up with a pet. I would say it's a little bit harder to fit into your routine, but it is just so worth it. Like I love Cinnabon with a burning passion. He is my baby boy. It's like I've been carrying him for 9 months. I'm kidding, I haven't not. But he's just so special, and like I'm one of those people that's like every time I see like an Instagram story on like on a dog getting like adopted or like getting healthy again, I like tear up, or when there's like a sad story of a dog or cats, I just have like so much empathy and love for like pets. Like I always had love for animals, don't get me wrong, but it is a different world. It's through a different lens when you actually own pets. And so my pets are like my babies, my actual babies. um Anyways, so yeah, that's actually another good self-care hobby, just playing with your pets, hanging out with them. Dominier says, by the way, I got my root canal done yesterday. Oh, interesting. I hope that went well. 2 months of tooth pain finally relieved. Still feel on top of the world. Oh, that must feel so good, because like I never had a root canal before, but unfortunately I am cursed with genetically bad teeth. Oh my god, that is a motorcycle outside my window. Sorry if you guys heard that. Hopefully you did it. But anyways, like, yeah, no, I grew up with a lot of cavities to the point where they had to be filled and drilled and stuff. And that, tooth pain is like the worst. Jaw pain is the worst. I used to face so much stress at one point that I used to like grind my teeth, in my early 20s, and then I would wake up with the worst jaw pain in the world. Like anything jaw pain related, I'm a little bitch about. It's just, I can't handle it sometimes. So props to you down here for getting that over with. And I couldn't live without dogs anymore. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I know. It's just so special. I can't. It is an empty house when there are no pets. It really feels so damn empty. Lude says, dude, root canal. Mine was done wrong. Yours was done wrong? What happened? Oh my god, I hope that got fixed. I remember I had, what do you call that though? The wisdom teeth surgery. And then when I woke up from the wisdom teeth surgery, one of my teeth in the lower bottom was like sticking out wrong. And I woke up freaking out because I really looked like a monster. I'm like, what is that? And then I had to tell my mom, and then my mom was like, oh my god, the dentist messed up. And then we like rushed to the dentist, and then the guy looks at it and he's like, oh, oopsie, I must have knocked over one of your teeth when I was doing that. And then he literally just slapped on a glove and then like partially pushed the tooth back in place, and he's like, there you go, it's good as new. It should like harden, and then as if like the tooth will never feel loose again. And I'm like, whack. Yay for my tooth being normal again, but Jesus. Dude said they said the pain would go away soon, but after like a year, it never did. Oh my god, that's horrible. Afterwards, I went back telling them about it. They did it wrong somehow. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. After a whole year, ooh. Well, when they said the pain would go away soon, like what is soon? Like 2 to 4 weeks, 3 to 5 days, Always good to ask as many questions as you can, because at the end of the day, it's like, once you leave their facility, once you pay them, it's like, oh, it's on you. Once you are discharged, they kind of say, anything else, it's on you. It's your fault, That's just how it is. And, I get it, our documents, we should always keep our documents, hold ourselves accountable. By the way, guys, I actually have a friend who didn't know that they had to keep their, files. Like I remember every physical or every like sick visit I have, I always have like a printed copy of like my discharge notes, and like my receipts, and I always like date my files. Just in case if I ever need it, whether I'm applying to a new job or like, it's just like needed for something, right? And just for like record's sake, right? Especially when you get like your annual like lab work, see if you get approved or not. And I get that like nowadays our records are online, but like, I grew up grew up in the 90s, so it's like I'm used to like trying to be organized and keeping things in folders, right? And so my friend didn't know that, so like his mom had no recollection of like what medication he was on when he was a kid, and he's like, wait, what? So yeah, records are very important, you guys. Records are very, very important, you guys. Domineer says, rip Luli Gamer, hope it's better now. Domineer says, should be gone within a week on average for root canals, I think. Oh, I hope so. Lute says, so like a couple months because it was so I could start chewing on my left side of the jaw. That really, really sucks. And like I said, you guys, jaw pain, at least for me, is personally the worst. So, ooh, I hope all of you guys are feeling better / getting better. You never keep them, Domineer? Oh my god, no! I mean, like, if you've been fine without it this whole time, like, by all means, you know, it would be pretty rude of me, you know, to push on a new habit onto you. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, for record keeping sake, like, you'll never know. You know, like, for example, like, let's say a doctor messed up, or, like, your dentist, like, messed up, or your doctor messed up like some sort of surgery, right? Like you would want to know what doctor should be like held accountable, you know, and you should have that on paper, you know, stuff like that. It's just one of those things where like you'll never know what will happen. Yeah, and then same thing for like just receipts in general. Like I returned something but it didn't show back on my card. Well, read it and weep, bitches. I still have my receipt right here, you know, and proof that it was returned. So, you know, that's just how I am. Again, it's like you can go out your whole life not doing it. But, you know, I'm just like a precautionary kind of person, probably because of my mom. Lute says, I remember them messing up during the procedure and blood spurted up. It hurted. Oh my god, that sucks. That sucks. You know what I remember right before this is kind of random, but like if you ever done your wisdom teeth, you know, obviously you get knocked out and stuff with anesthesia. And I remember the anesthetic nurse when she like drew up the med. Like, the last thing I saw before knocking the F out was her smiling at me, like, you know? Like, it was the most amusing thing in the world to see me get knocked out. And I'm like, I just think it's so funny. That's like the last thing I remember before, like, you know, my wisdom teeth. And it's like, I woke up like woozy as heck, but still with the sharp memory of the lady being like, you know, and like I'm like, damn, you just know this woman loves her job. She loves seeing people just get knocked out. She's like, oh boy, my favorite part. And you know what, that's not psychotic at all. I can understand anybody who can work with like, you know, anesthesia. So honestly, that chemical, that medication is just so expensive. It's usually more expensive than the actual surgery, that, you know, people who are like licensed to like work with like, you know, that chemical, they make mad money, and then it's an easy job. But it is very hard education to get to that point. And so that's why it's like, I can imagine that they love their job. Eric says, I had all 4 wisdom teeth removed at once since they were vertically impacted and started breaking my other teeth. Oh, that's so scary. I hope it's... Oh my god. I still can dislocate my jaw if I open my mouth too much. Oh, ooh, I'm so scared. I'm like holding my jaw right now, IRL. Ooh, that's so scary. I never dislocated anything before in my life or ever broken a bone, so... Ooh, it's like the idea of it makes me a little bit like queasy, but wow, that's so interesting. I'm like, fortunately, I was able to like not have my wisdom teeth like hurt. You know how like some people know it's definitely time to take out your wisdom teeth when like you're aching. So I'm very blessed that, you know, I didn't have to go through that. But damn, I really hope you guys are okay. Look at us with all of our teeth pain and jaw pain history. I just think it's so funny. Knock on wood. Yes, I agree. Thank you. I have successfully knocked on said wood just now. Lute says, you dislocate your jaw if you open your mouth too much. Yikes. For some people, yeah, it like depends on how their jaw is. But yeah, I would not test it if I were you. Why did you make that face? I was trying to be like that nurse, that's why. That nurse is like... Honestly, I think she was creepier than the VTuber face that I was making. So, you know, you're welcome, you guys, for the very light reference / impression. Alright, guys. Next on the list of psychological and emotional self-care. Participating in hobbies. Look, I kind of already talked about this in the physical. healthcare, but you know, I guess I mean yeah, other than like kind of like you know training in like more self-defense techniques and martial arts, so I can cross that out because that's physical. But in terms of like creative hobbies, I actually have been trying to learn how to digitally draw more. Am I amazing? Not at all. But do I try? Yes, because like I always wanted to do that. What was next on the list, by the way? It's called the participating in hobbies. And so I used to doodle a lot when I was a kid. By all means, I cannot really draw though. I can draw simple things, but I can't. I'm no artist, okay? I'm not, you know, Cream, who has like you know her own techniques and stuff. But here's the thing, you guys. So I actually, goddamn, I keep forgetting to make this announcement. But for anybody who subscribes for 3 months, or you know, gifts at least like you know 3 gifted subs, I do this thing where I will draw either their VTuber or their OC in like a colored sketch. So that is my I forgot to like make that announcement like 3 weeks ago, but I'm trying to do that. It was kind of like a measure of like thanking my followers for like you know subbing, and also like forcing myself to like practice art. So you know that's me. So I know I did that for Sleepy so far. I did that for Morgan. No pressure. You know, I'm not telling you guys sub or else. I'm just saying, you know, that's out there. Just letting you know if you guys do that, just like you know. Paste in like the Discord server in general chat or whatever, like what your OC is or your VTuber. Cream is the best. When that tax return hits, I know what I'm buying. Yay! But anyways, other than yeah, what other hobbies am I doing other than playing video games? I don't know. What hobbies are you guys into? So rude of me. I didn't even ask chat what hobbies you guys do. Are you guys also into art? You know, obviously we all play video games because if you're a VTuber, you know. Let me see. Oh, what? I'm getting messages from mi madre. Excuse my Spanish. I'm aware it's not good. Staring at paint. I really like the idea of painting. Dude says, I mean, I'm taking drawing classes, you know. Oh, yes. I better see your portfolio. You know, all of us gamer homies want to learn how to draw anime art. I love anime art, of course. That's like about one of the only things I can do, and the cutesy chibi drawings. Although I heard that if you are having a career in art, it is best to learn realism. I had one art professor say that like once you like master realism, you'll be able to like master other forms of art. Some people disagree. Some art professors say, oh, once you stick to a style, it's kind of hard to change. Personally, I don't really like that. I think that's a little bit close-minded. I can understand what they mean. I think once you develop your art style, it is kind of hard to change up your style, but does it mean you can't change your style? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, hello, little baby. Hi, little baby. I have another baby by my foot. Mr. Frosty says, archery, been trying to get back into it lately. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's awesome. Mimic is actually into archery too. He was actually the captain of his archery team some years ago. But that's really awesome. I always wanted to do archery. That's so cool. I know Mimic's family has like another property out in the woods where he has like this whole archery range there, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. Maybe one of these days I'll visit, but that's like far away from where I am. Oh yeah, this is kind of a hobby that I want to get back to. I want to get back into shooting at the gun range. I swear I'm not a crazy gun nut. It's just I actually genuinely like to shoot. And but it is a quite an expensive hobby. What is my dog doing? Hey, Bill! What are you doing, baby? He's so cute. I love him. But anyways, I know what I was saying, like, yo, archery and like, I don't know, sports, like, it's such an attractive quality. Lude says, bro, like, we only had our second class. Last class was about value shading. No, Lude. You have to be an expert by next month. I'm kidding. Dominier's main hobby is probably producing music. Oh wow, producing music. That's so wonderful. Do you have maybe on your YouTube channel you have some of like your songs? Oh, that would be awesome. I'm gonna stalk you later, okay? I hope that's okay. Eric says, "Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't want to attempt saying that Spanish phrase just because my Spanish is so bad. That I will be my roommate. He's a Spanish speaker, and he's gonna like smack me. not that we like do that, but he's actually gonna be genuinely like annoyed." Lude says, "My professor said, do not think it's the end of the world if you can't do realism. It is not something you need to learn." Interesting. Wow. Okay, so that's one perspective. That's one perspective. Mr. Frosty says, "That's dope. I agree." Domineer says, "Self-defense can save your life though, so I think it's a decent hobby." Oh my god, for sure, yeah. So I was kind of like roughhousing, with my brothers one day. Because, siblings, right? And then like my brother was like, grabbed me by like the wrist, right? And like, the thing that you want to do, most people do, is like pull away your arm, but that doesn't really do anything. So let's say he's grabbing my left wrist. What you're supposed to do is take your right arm and grab like your left fist and just like pull it towards your body. And so when I did that, my brother was like really caught off guard, and he his feet like slid forward me and was like dragged towards me, and he was like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "Yeah, woo, self-defense, woo." But anyways, yeah, enough of that. But I agree, self-defense, it can definitely save your life. Oh, I just realized you probably must have said that because I talked about like the shooting hobby. Oh my god, I exchanged the word hobby and habit too much, and I should not do that. Next month, yes, next month, dude. Come on, say it. Domineer, no, I will not say it. No, yeah, I can't even translate that. I know mother is in that phrase though. Domineer says, "I don't have anything posted, but I can definitely post some in your Discord if you have a place to share art." Oh yeah, definitely. Let me look at my server right now. If you look at my server and you go to Music Funfun, so Music Funfun, it's like the third category in my server. People kind of just like post, whatever music is fun. I know Morgan over here is a very, very talented musician himself, and will like post his own like music there. So if you do post your music, be sure to say, "I made this," by the way. That way I'm like, hey, Morgan says, "I'm trying to produce stuff. Also, Cake's still trying to write stuff, but safe to say you're gonna be one of the first to get the demos." Oh, that's so sweet. I'm excited. Oh my god, that's so cool. So this is the thing that I love about like talking with chat about hobbies, is that like you guys are so damn creative. Like you got people who are like secret writers like Orc and Mr. Frosty, and then you have like artists like Cream and Lude, and musicians like Domnier, and it's like, honestly, artistic talents is just so damn attractive, you guys. Eric Gonzalez says, "Things I like: reading what I can. I'm like collecting strange pieces of information." No worries, I had only said that mom was important. Okay. Oh, thank God. Because like, I can't read Spanish well, but I pinpointed the words that like said that, but I didn't want to assume either. Otherwise, I would have looked really dumb. But that is true. My mom is very important, but no, she just wanted to ask me if I like garbage bin back in. I don't live with her, but she's currently away overseas, and so I have to like drive back to her house and like take care of things, water her plants and all that. But that's really cool. Collecting strange pieces of information. So would you say that you're like into history and stuff? I know Mimic is like a really big history nut. I feel like ever since I started like living with him in the beginning of the year, yeah, like I guess last year. Oh wow, it's been a while since last summer. It's like I learned a bunch of like trivia that I don't need to know, but it's like fascinating anyway. Morgan says, "So far the only idea for a song off my first episode I got planned is a song called Francine." Oh, Francine from American Dad is Hot. that's the name, Francine from American Dad is Hot. That's really fun. Yeah, I used to think she was like hot shit when I was a kid. I was like, damn, I like her character design. Mr. Frost is a secret being the key word there, buddy. Secret because like, secret because like because you don't want, if you don't have to post any of your writings, so that's why I wrote secret. Domnier says, I'm sorry, where's your Discord link? Yeah, so if you're on YouTube, oh my god, I have to look at my own YouTube. So I believe if you are on YouTube, you should be going to my channel, and where it says like AtlasCake.car.co and 6 more links, so that's like right next to my profile pic. If you click that and you scroll down, I'm pretty sure that's the Discord link right there to my server. If it is broken though, do please let me know, so that I can face repercussions for not being prepared. Oh, you didn't see it on YouTube, but you got it off my card. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the card link is good as well. If you guys don't know what card, it's similar to like Linktree, where it's really just like a bunch of like the social links off of like a pre-made template and all that stuff. I still need to change up my card. I have like a blurry ass GIF as like my background, but I'm like, it has some sort of like quality to it, I guess. Lude says, oop, that's my time to go, Cake. Hope you have a good time streaming. I will send our progress I do from class soon. Okay, Lude, have a good night. Thanks so much for stopping by in my stream. Eric says, no link here, although I'm always a ghost on Discord, rarely seen and even more strangely heard. Oh, yeah, if like, I'm kind of like the same way. I'm a part of a bunch of Discords just because, like, if I have VTuber friends, I kind of want to support them, so I join the Discords anyway. But, like, it's one of those things where you'll never know what you see and find and stuff there. Ooh, I hope my announcements isn't broken here. But anyways, yeah, so I do have I'm glad that the link works from card, so thanks so much for letting me know. And also, welcome to the server, you guys. Thanks so much for joining. Join Me says, I didn't see it on YouTube. Oh wait, I just reread the same. Think you are so silly. Oh, hello, little baby. I have my dog. You're so cute. Let me see. Also for those of you, no pressure, but like I love catching up with people on Discord, in general chat. So, feel free to keep my server active. I would really appreciate that. You have memes, you have IRL, which is like posting IRL, whatever you want. VR chat moments or VRC moments, that's if you guys do use VR chat. So the names are pretty self-explanatory. Fur Baby Fun Fun is, pets. Foodie Fun Fun is food. Music. Artsy Fun is anything art, whether it's your art or just fan art that you like. And then Art of AtlasCake is really just like, people's art of me in there. Or maybe I'll occasionally put something there. But yeah. Anyways, okay guys, are you ready? Are you guys ready for like what's next on the list? So what's next on the list of psychological and emotional self-care is get away from distractions. Okay, I'm actually kind of gonna bum rush this part of self-care assessment just because we're English I speak. It's because I'm rambling too much. Okay, so getting away from distractions such as phone and email. Something that makes me sad is I remember before retirement when my mom was really overworked, the first thing that people will do in the morning is like check their emails, and it's like the most bummer part of their day. Cake is big distraction. Oh no, I'm a big distraction. But self-care tips, self-care talk, okay? All right, it's important. It's important to think about. I'm gonna drill it in everyone's head so that the stream is productive for everybody. All right, next on the list, learn new things unrelated to work or school. Oh yeah. I mean that I've been doing. That I've been doing. As I said, I've been trying to do a spin drop kick. I learned how to spin a bow staff recently. Not well, but it quite doable. I do want to get into. I want to learn more dancing. Like I know how to freestyle dance if I'm on the floor and I'm woo dancing, yeah. But it's I don't know cool choreographed moves. I would say I kind of lack rhythm sometimes and stamina sometimes. Next on the list, express my feelings in a healthy way, as in talking, creating art, journaling. Okay, yeah, I actually think I do this pretty well. I would rate myself a 3 on that. Just because I'm the kind of person who really likes deep introspective talks. You know, I think you guys can kind of like feel that from just like chatting with me. I like talking about life. I like thinking about like how we can make things better for myself and ourselves and each other, you know. And of course, learning self-compassion. I think learning self-compassion and self-forgiveness is honestly one of the most important self-care tips I can give someone, because a lot of people assume that, you know, oh damn, I messed up, I ate junk food, now I have to eat junk food for the rest of the week. And that's not really true, you know. It's like, you messed up, you know, learn how to, like, you know, forgive yourself for that, and then, you know, and moving so forth. And again, obviously it's easier said than done. So Dominier says, she says freestyle, but it's actually headbanging. Oh my god, no. I'm very susceptible to getting a headache, so if I headbang so much, I will get a really pitiful migraine. I will be like really sensitive. I'm actually really sensitive that even when I use virtual reality, like when I use my VR set, I have to like take Tylenol before getting on. Otherwise, like the motion sickness will actually get to me. Let me see. Next on the list, recognize my own strengths and achievements. Oh, that's crazy. That's a big one there. That one's a big one there. I definitely don't recognize my own strengths and achievements sometimes. Like, I know what they are. Like, if we were doing like a job interview, I know how to like present my best parts of my resume. So in a way, I'm like recognizing my achievements. But the thing is, like, I kind of I don't really think deeply about it, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yes, I raised this for this fundraiser, but it's like I don't go like, wow, what an event, what a big thing I did to change the world. Like, I don't, unfortunately, I feel like my undergrad life and my nursing life was just so high speed, intense, and full of so much pressure that it was kind of hard to stop and smell the roses and like be happy about a win. Like, it was really hard for me growing up to like feel a win and like relish in it, if that makes sense. Just because like I always felt like I had to be on survival mode, just because of it was just really tough. Just losing a parent when I was really young. Not even just losing my parent, but like losing a parent to sickness and disability, and you know, just lack of any support for that matter at a young age. It was like it's kind of formed a mentality in my head that I always have to be in survival mode. So, you know, anytime I was like boosting my experience, it was always hard for me to like celebrate what I was doing. And so, you know, a lot of my self-care assessing, you know, is like realizing how I also need to learn, you know, more self-compassion for myself and recognition for my own strengths. And you know, I try to think to myself, well, if I feel this way about myself, and think about how other people might feel that way about themselves. And so that's why I like doing these just chatting streams, because, you know, I'm, you know, maybe I overshare myself with my life, but the way I see it is, if any of my personal story can help people in any way, it's like, why wouldn't I do that, you know? Even if I haven't learned a lesson, it's like, you know, as long as I think about it, you know, I call that a win. Dominier says that's also one of the hardest things to learn for myself. Self-compassion is almost foreign to me, Sag. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of people, it's really hard to not, you know, forgive. It's really hard to forgive ourselves, right? Especially as we grow older. When you grow older and you have more responsibilities, you know, you have more expectations on yourself. It's like, you know, why am I like this, right? And a lot of it is constant reminders, constant self-reflections, and thinking about, you know, your life introspectively. Toynbee says, is that like PTSD in a way? So PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, I wouldn't say so. I think I don't know how to describe what I wouldn't call it PTSD, just because like the actual like DSM-5 qualifications for PTSD. I mean, not qualifications. That was wrong wording. Characteristics for PTSD doesn't really like fall into, you know, what I feel, because like, well, I think PTSD is like, you know, you actually get like triggered and startled by certain things. It triggers like, you know, more, you know, whether it's like nightmares or like trauma. Like I'll have like flashback. I'll have some bad memories and bad flashbacks, but not enough that I have like heightened reaction anxiety. If that makes sense. Tomi says I don't know from actual diagnosis. Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard. Like even though I studied this, I find myself that I always have to like relearn it, just because like, you know, in this day and age, a lot of us kind of throw around words like people, like random young people will say, oh yeah, I'm depressed, and it's like, well, you're not depressed, you're just extremely effing sad, you know. Or maybe you are depressed, but it was like a situational depression where it's like, well, it's gone now because situationally it's like you solved it so you don't like experience it anymore, right? So yeah, it's really tricky. A lot of people self-diagnose themselves on the internet, and there's controversy on whether that's bad or good. It is bad because obviously we are not professionals, at least, you know, generally speaking, so that's why we shouldn't. And at the same time, it's good because by Googling what you may or may not have, you are taking interest in like what you can do to like help whatever is like on your mind, right? So but no, it's not PTSD. But one thing I know I do have is it's not really like a condition, but okay, actually let me look it up just to make sure that I got it right. I think it's called catastrophize. I think that catastrophizing. I think that's. Let me see if that was the right term. So I know what I do is it's a kind of like catastrophizing anxiety. So for example, people who, you know, just been through crap will kind of catastrophize and assume like a worse situation, and it, you know, to the point where like they'll get anxiety, like, you know, like people have anxiety about things, right? Like a tough event will cause anxiety, or the anxiety will, like, you know, precede the tough event, you know, if that makes sense. So catastrophizing is basically just like very heightened anxious emotions that end up kind of harming how we live, you know, when we get into the habit of it. That makes sense. I'm so sorry, guys. I probably did like an awful job at explaining that. I tried my best, but you know, that is something that like a lot of people you know, try to like, you know, help. But yeah. Coinbee says, oh wait, Dominier says I have a big problem with mind reading and catastrophizing. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I find that, you know, catastrophizing hasn't been more it's been a term that's been popping up like more as of late. Yeah, that's me, I'm afraid. Ah, yeah, that's sorry for like rambling here. Let me actually like look it up. I don't think catastrophizing that's not an actual like term in like the DSM. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I'm referring to the DSM-5, so the DSM-5 is actually the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of mental disorders. So the 5th edition came out in 2013. I think maybe they come out every 10, 20, 25 years. I don't want to like say that. That's kind of wrong. So you know what's interesting about the DSM-5 in 2013? They took out caffeine addiction. Like apparently there's not enough scientific research to back up that caffeine addiction is a thing, which I think is really interesting, because like you see so many people who are really young nowadays where it's like, oh, this you know, 8 cups of coffee doesn't work on me, I have to do 16 cups of coffee a day now. It's like, what do you mean there isn't enough research? But yeah, apparently that was taken out. So I think that's really interesting. I don't really know a lot of new diagnoses in the DSM-5, but I know some diagnoses in DSM-4 like come. It is very surprising how there is not that many. Oh, I got a notification. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, I'm AtlasCake, but you can just call me Cake. Was it Whisper Sin Static? Do you want me to call you Whisper? Or if you have any nickname, do let me know. Dominier says COVID amplified intrusive thoughts for a lot of the world, unfortunately. Oh yeah, definitely. Or rather, the isolation that resulted from the pandemic. Oh yeah, definitely. So I remember like on the news they were saying it was so much harder for like kids to, you know, attend and like get used to school with like how it was, you know, and then of course on top of isolation, a lot of people, trigger warning, committing suicide. It's, you know, I'm not gonna get too much into that, but yeah, you know, a lot of events like that, how people had to like survive during the pandemic, it was probably like a good example of how, you know, people accidentally learn to catastrophize, you know, their feelings, you know, assuming the worst, you know, dealing with anxiety, you know, but before that the actual thing happened. And in a way, anxiety is quote unquote good, in which like we have the survival instinct to like prepare, right? But then catastrophizing is, you know, that intense descriptive word where, um you know, we kind of fall into that trap of like anxious feelings, you know, without really needing to feel that way, you know. And that's where, you know, how like when you're so anxious and you're so depressed that like your symptoms, your emotional psychological symptoms start to become like physical. You feel like weak inside, you know. That's a good example for, you know, when that could be pretty. Sorry, I like messed up my train of thought. That's what's like definitely a cause of concern when you definitely feel the stress like affect your body. Whisper is fine. Okay, well then, hello there, Whisper. Thank you for coming into my stream. I usually stream Thursday evenings. Is it still a Thursday evening? Yeah, it's 11 p.m. where I am. But yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Eric says, I like your stream and knowledge about the mental health topic. As someone that truly feels that he could benefit from visiting a professional, yet it's a way of holding himself back for reasons. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hold on. I have to reread that. Someone that truly feels that he could benefit from visiting, yet is in a way holding back. Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the compliment. As a mental health worker, I usually try to like pride myself of being like a mental health advocate, because like, yes, I do work in the mental health field, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm still relatively young. I haven't been in the field for that long, maybe just like 2 years, and so I try to be careful with my wording as much as possible, because I don't want to accidentally like educate, you know, misinform people. But what I do like to do in my just chatting streams is just kind of like open discussion about like, you know, how we can take care of ourselves and, you know, what we can be aware of. And so, you know, that's really my goal. So I really appreciate you saying that. Eric says, and has been introduced to the world of tubers. I would believe it would definitely help more mental health professionals try to use this medium as a way to reach those that need it. Oh, for sure. Yes. Oh my God, yes. We definitely need more mental health care. Not VTubers, but like streamers in general, you know, especially for people within the gaming community, especially since a lot of people in the gaming community are stigmatized, and, you know, we're seen as, you know, lazy, disgusting, we're not good at anything, all we do is game. You know, people link escapism as if it's like awfully disgusting, but like, you know, like escapism, you're like, yeah, sure, like, you know, in moderation, I guess gaming all day is like gross, but it's like, you know, first of all, we're only human. Second of all, not that much to do in the pandemic. Some people are still trying to get out of that, you know, those like bad habits from the pandemic. And yeah, it's like it's not obviously, you know, everybody, people need to remember how like harmful those like stigma and like the stigmatism and like labels are, you know what I mean? Yeah, so Dominier says, I know this may be a hot take, but I didn't agree with having kids stay away from school. Learning remotely, such a crucial time of life to socialize. I don't have her knock the other side for it. Oh my God, yeah, no, totally. I completely agree with you. Because like, first of all, the human brain isn't even fully developed until their mid-20s. So, you know, I'm not saying all early 20-year-olds are dumb as heck, but like I'm being serious. Like this one, I can definitely inform that like our brains are not fully developed, and so early stage development, you know, in like, you know, elementary, middle school, high school, it is so damn important. It is so damn important to be near your peers, to have more like hands-on approach in terms of like lab work and gym class and music class. You know, it's like all of those like play a large role in development. And so for kids to like be for that 1 year really did ruin it for a lot of people, you know. And either some people were too afraid to return back to school, some people had a hard time catching up, some people even flunked, some people were just really depressed from, you know, being isolated from their friends, you know. Like people already don't like school as is, but like not going to school and like not being able to like see your homeboys, like that was hard. I really I sympathize. Oh god, my voice cracked. I sympathize a lot for all those kids that had like a lot of, yeah, you said, many missed opportunities to make childhood memories. It is so important, guys. Like I know this is really doofy because like not everybody went to prom, you know, but like I feel bad for the kids who couldn't have their prom, you know, because it's like, I know it's just prom, but it's like everybody has like those classic cliche memories of something, you know, senior ditch day, senior field trip, you know, photo, yearbook day. How the heck did they use yearbook, you know? Like it's just like you know, the way people were, you know, were building sports teams, team spirits, and of course, other than kids, I felt bad for the teachers, because for the teachers who genuinely love to teach, like I'm sure it was such a learning curve to figure out Zoom and also make time efficiency of class. How can the teacher be responsible of all those like 20 to 30 like faces and squares on their TV screen? How do they know that they're all paying attention? It's pretty damn difficult, you know? And some people will think, oh damn, online classes, like Zoom class is too easy. I have to give them more assignments so that, you know, I know my kids know what they're doing. And then that's when you stress out the kids even more, because it's like, sure, more assignments to keep them on their toes, but it's like if it wasn't taught properly, it's like, god damn, this homework is gonna be harder, you know? Dominier says, chess trips with my fellow nerds were the best times for me. Damn, that sounds awesome. So you did chess tournaments back in the day. Oh, I miss playing chess. Yeah, for sure. I'm really happy that I graduated before that ever had to happen to me. But boy, do I feel bad for all those people who missed out on so many opportunities. Anyways, let's move on, class. Let me see. La 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 la. Okay, so the next on the list is going on vacations or day trips. So this one's kind of a tough one because like we all want to have, you know, own opportunities with our friends, but in adulthood, it's a lot harder to keep track where all your friends are, you know, because you know when you're adults, it's like you have to be like, oh, it's Saturday of the 7th, 3 p.m. and after good. Oh, but I have to be home by 8 p.m. Is that good? Oh, how far is the place? Do we need to reserve a table? Maybe we should do it at my house. Oh, that means I have to clean. Oh no, you know. Oh wait, you're not free. Oh, you're not free then. Well, I'm free 2 months from now. Are you free 2 months from now? It's like it is so much more hard. It's a different ball game. Honestly, I would say I had a high school friends group, I have a college friends group, and then I have like a post-college friends group where I would where I did like written role play and video games with them, and that's kind of like my primary friends group right now. And like I know so many of my cousins would judge the crap out of me because it's like those are online friends, they're not real friends. But it's like, you know, we've been together for this long since the pandemic that it's like you know, it's solid for me. And we're also like the small percentage of people that did actually get to meet in life. So like Mimic started out as an online friend, and he's now we live together. Bright Greek or PNG tuber. I don't know if you caught his stream last Friday or Saturday night. If you did, thank you for that. Even though he was having technical difficulties, but he's gonna be moving in with us next month. And he's an online friend that I've had since like Instagram in 2019. You guys know who Sarah is. She's visiting next month. I don't know if I have to check my calendar if I can even get to see her actually. it's just like really tough, but like I will say that I recognize that I'm very blessed to have the friends that I have, you know. And so fellas, if whatever friendships you have, like, you know, hold close, you know. And if you're the kind of person who you have like a small group of friends, like, you know, respectable, like it's not bad to not have like a whole big group of friends. Like me, I'm kind of like a very few best friends kind of person. I have two college best friends, Sartini and Nelson, and they're literally like my soulmate best friends. Unfortunately, they live very far away from me. One of them lives in, I don't know if he still lives in Kyrgyzstan. I don't know if I even said that right. And my other friend lives, you know, hours away from me. And you know, they're like the best friend loves of my lives, like for sure. I don't know where I would be without them, but I don't talk to them, unfortunately. I think I only talk to them like maybe like once every like 2 months or something. That's really not a lot, but it's one of those things where it's like, you know, they're still important to me. But yeah, I would say my primary support is like my gamer friendships. And you know, if any of you guys are the same way, I just want to let you guys know there's nothing wrong with it. You know, there's really nothing wrong with like building up those bonds and stuff. Dominator says I caught a little bit of it. You guys seem like such a fun group to be around. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. That seems to be one of the hardest things for me to acquire. Need to work on myself though. Yeah, I mean, like yes, I do like to have like deep talks. Like I like to meet new people, but inside I can be a little bit like nervous around some people and a bit reserved. So I actually am kind of like really picky around like who I hang out with, just because I'm very like protective of like my comfort space. Because I feel like I'm a pretty like awkward person sometimes. And you know, funny enough, like when I met Mimic and Orc, I didn't even mean to be close with them as I am now. 2019 was the first time I acquired like real, actual online friends. And that's because I had a Fire Emblem phase, like a Fire Emblem Awakening phase, where I made a female Robin like roleplay account on Instagram, and then suddenly a bunch of people blowing up my beats, and I'm like, what is this world of people online being friends? Like I didn't even know this was like a thing. Like I knew it was a thing, but I didn't like, care too much, right? Because you know, it's online, you want to be careful. And so I never even meant to like have these friends. It kind of just happened slowly. I guess because I was starting my accelerated nursing program, I felt like such a black sheep in the program. I felt like an imposter sometimes. It was really hard for me to connect with anybody there. Like it's really easy for me to get along with people, but it's hard for me to like connect with people on like a deeper level. Maybe that's just my issue, because it has to be like emotionally deep, I guess, for me to want it. But yeah, after like, you know, years of like hanging out, familiarity, and like the deep talks we didn't mean to have, you know, Mimic and Orc probably became one of my main best friends online, longest friends too. And you know, eventually I met Cream, and eventually I met Sarah, and you know, so yeah, we're kind of like a little posse as is, you know, right now. But believe it or not, we don't even get to see each other all the time. It's usually like late at night when everybody's like done with like school, work, you know, errands. Like, you know, all of us live busy lives, so it's like, you know, unfortunately we don't actually get to see collab as much as we want to. But we're trying. We're all VTubers, but we're actually still like a relatively like new. It's like I think all of us haven't even been. I think Cream's the only one who's been streaming for like 2-ish years, and everybody else has only been streaming for like 5 to 6 months. You know, we're all still kind of like baby. You know? Domineer says, I'm so happy you guys found each other though. Ah, thank you. It's hard to find people you actually trust in. Yeah, honestly, I mean, like I said, it's like they were bonds I didn't know I would ever actually form. So like, in terms of like friendships, and this is like advice to anybody, anybody who like has a hard time finding their own posse on the internet, is that like it takes a lot of time. And I find that the best bonds are like where you least expect it, and like when you don't want it, when you're not actively looking for it, you know. Sometimes something just like happens, you know. Like for example, Twitter is god awful, but that's where Mimic met Sarah, and then one day Sarah like applied to our VTuber group when the applications was open last year, and she was like the best out of everyone chemistry wise, and we're like, hey, join us. And so, you know, you'll never know, right? Toynbee says, I do need to look into the other members in your group. Oh yeah, that would be totally cool. So like I would say the girls in our group are probably the most active VTubers, like super active. I'm unfortunately Sarah's a pharmacy student, so her schedule is always different, but I know Dream always streams on the weekends, mainly art streams. The boys don't actually, they're probably less consistent. So we have Bright Green Orc PNG tuber. He's an orc. Don't worry, he's not actually like a giant weirdo fan of orcs. His brand is kind of like shit posting and memeing, which is why he is literally a talking PNG. But he's a really good gamer. He's a really good writer. He is also into like, you know, deep psych talks. He doesn't he comes across, he's like the funny one in our group, you know, at least in like a group dynamic, but you know, he's a really good kid. And Mimic is also like one of my best friends. He's really smart. He's also trying to get into the mental health field, but he is currently a history degree. But yeah, he actually is like, oh my god, I just realized he has an interview tomorrow. I hope he does well. He's trying to get an interview for like a mental health technician, just because I talk so much about mental health aides and associates in hospitals. So you know, oops, I'm like rambling too much. But yeah, I don't think Mimic has streamed in a while. But if you look on his YouTube, a lot of things that he streams are like meme games. You know, like a town with no name. Sonic 06 and Pepsi Man. Honestly, I think he had the best niche, so I'm sad that he like took a giant break streaming. But Mimic is really creative. He's actually been working on the 3D models for all of our VTuber groups. I feel like he kind of serves as like a really good like manager for like all of us. Like a lot of the things that he sets up, whether it's like our stream announcements in the server or our thumbnails, like he kind of just does it for all of us. Mr. Frosty says Orc is the bee's knees. He's the cat's pajamas. He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. I love that you still keep like quoting that, Mr. Frosty. Toynbee says, I tried PNG tubing, but not for me, I think. Oh, interesting. I didn't. So you're also a VTuber. Are you actively streaming, like as like with a live 2D model? I will say that like I think PNG tubing is a pretty good stepping stone. For people if they're interested in streaming and you know they don't want to like spend too much on something that they're not sure they're gonna want. But yeah, but for Orc, like you know, we were kind of just like memeing one day on Etsy and we saw this Bright Green Orc. It was literally called Bright Green Orc PNG Tuber. It's not that we were creative and we came up with the name of Bright Green Tuber. It's just that the actual model was like for sale for like, I don't know, 5 to 7, maybe $12 actually, for like $12 for like Bright Green Orc PNG Tuber. And for his birthday, I bought it for him, you know, for fun. And you know, lo and behold, he's a part of our group. But he mainly plays action adventure games, and occasionally Fire Emblem. Oh, not active at all. You just wanted to try it. I don't know, the desire for attention like that. Let me come back to that in a sec. Domineer says, I volunteer for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And that's one of the best ways to connect with people. Interesting. Find something you're passionate about and just go to group events. I didn't know that there were group events on that. That's actually really interesting. Someone will eventually talk to you, or you can raise your chances and start talking about it with others. Easier said than done. Oh, that's really interesting. Thanks so much for like, you know, sharing that. Streaming burnt me out when I did speedrunning for a few months. Oh my god, yeah, speedrunning is its own challenge that I'm not even gonna attempt because like I'm a casual gamer. I can't do those challenge runs. But anyways, let me reread what you said earlier, Toynbee. So Toynbee said, I just wanted to try it. I don't know, the desire for attention like that. I don't really think PNG tubers or VTubers or streamers in general like stream for like a desire for like attention or praise. I actually think it's not that common for like, it's very common for like any entertainer position to like want a kind of attention, you know. It's like I'm not saying that there's anything like wrong with that, but it's like, you know, there's I've met some people who kind of like streaming for the idea of like, you know, documenting, keepsaking their memories. That's actually what got me into VTubing. I actually wasn't really into VTubers at first at all. I thought it was, you know, I was kind of that common opinion. I thought it was cringy. What got me into VTubing is during the pandemic, when, you know, me and my friends, we started like a Persona 3 roleplay group on VR chat, because VR is all we had, and it was, you know, a crazy technology to us at the time. And eventually, we just had like an endless amount of like fun memories with each other that I found it hard to believe that like we only ever recorded like 1 or 2 or 3 hangouts out of like the millions of hangouts that we had. And then when I look at those recordings, it's just like filled with so much like love and memory, and it made me realize, why don't I document like, you know, the times I have fun with my friends, or even my just chatting streams. Like, believe it or not, I kind of see it as like a diary in a way. It's like, oh, I bet you like 30-year-old, 40-year-old Cake will like look back at one of these videos and be like, damn, so that's what, you know, 20-something-year-old Cake was thinking about. That's the people who are like, you know, these are the people she chatted with. Ah, yes, Cake remembers the time she chatted with Domini or Toynbee about like, you know, mental health and stuff, and it was quite fun, you know. So yeah, that's the kind of that's like, you know, I feel like that there's other ways. So it's like, you know, there's plenty of other reasons why I like people stream. Oh, Baka, hello there. Redeemed Hydrate 100. Oh my god, I actually do need to do that. Hold up. I actually have to... Oh, that's really good. Anyways, oh, thank god. I actually need to... You know what's really funny? Under the physical self-care assessment, it doesn't say anything about hydrating. I just realized that. Baka... Oh my god, I almost called you Baka. Baka says, I hope everyone is enjoying a wonderful night. Thank you, Baka. What have you been up to? Redeemed Ara 10k. Hold up. I got the wrong VTuber down here. Maybe do that in Cream's chat. I think that's a Cream thing. Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm kidding, it's not. Anyways, yeah, I think it's interesting how under physical self-care there's healthy foods, but there isn't like hydrate yourself enough, because water is like one of the main things we need to live, yet like people like really like neglect it, you know? I used to have like one of those really cute like self-care journals where you can like kind of fill in like how much like water you're drinking per day. And so like I used to find it so fun where like I'm like, yay, it's an accomplishment, I had 8 like cups of water a day. But now I don't do that anymore, and now I have a weird like I'm strangely obsessed with like drinking Diet Pepsi. I know it's really bad. I know, because there's like chemicals that like, you know, increase risk of cancer and stuff. I'm aware, but like I am slowly but surely trying to wean off of it. Anyways, Toynbee says hydrating, cookies, same thing. Oh my god, no, not same thing. But yes, I am a big sucker for them cookies. And by them cookies, I meant literal cookies. I hope that doesn't actually like secretly like have like a double meaning. Because, you know, I don't think I'm innocent at all, but I'll be honest, when I thought about the name AtlasCake, I never thought to myself that cake could accidentally be seen as like sexual. Like when people are like, ah yeah, let me get that cake. Like I didn't know that stood for booty fat. Like I actually didn't know that. Like, because when I think of cake, I just think of cake. I just think of like, ooh, my fat ass cake. Toynbee says, lol, no actual cookies. Yeah, I know that you meant actual cookies, but it's like I had to point that out, because like there was a time where I was like oblivious and did not know that cake meant something else. Like Oreos. Oh, like fried Oreos. Baka says, I'm doing good. Just finished playing some gaming recently. I hope you're having a good self-care session. Thanks, I appreciate it. Moving on. I'm so curious. What was on my next one? Also, I think it's really funny. I think I had a troll in the chat just now, but I just thought it was kind of funny. But I kind of like the cat emoji that they put there, because it's like, well, I like cats, so I'm more of a dog person though. I actually went to a dog shelter recently today, and oh my god, they had like the cutest dogs in the whole freaking world. They're all, but oh my god, it's like what? It goes for like $2,500 to like $4,000 for like the little accessory cute dogs like the Cavapoos and the Maltese and the Shiba Inus and the Bichon Frise and the Poodles, you know, the really smart dogs. And I'm like, damn, you know, that's crazy. But my number one baby will always be my babysitter one. Perfect. He's my little angel, but also not really because he's a devious little fucker. Anyways, next on the list, do something comforting, such as rewatching a favorite movie or taking a long bath. Actually, yeah, I do that. I mean, I'm really low in cash, have really high bills, and trying to lower my bath time. But yes, occasional long bath is good. I've actually been doing, I actually went back to taking cold showers. I know what you're thinking. Ew, cold showers. What the frick? I can't do that. But yeah, it actually does boost your immune system. It does, you know, kind of like shock your body awake. I heard that it has been shown to like lessen anxiety over time. So it does have its own health benefits. But you know, of course I can't, you know, I have a shower routine I've been changing up recently. Lately, I've been doing something called dry brushing. And I know people are like, God, what the gosh heck is like dry brushing? Damn, that's pretty chill. I knew it, Baka. I felt something. I was smelling the wordplay from afar. But anyway, so I'm doing something called dry brushing. Can anybody in class let me know what dry brushing is? Mr. Frosty says, dude, I took a nap today while watching The Thing with Kurt Russell. I think that counts. Hey, that does count. It really does. Honestly, one of my favorite movies is Good Will Hunting. You know, Robin Williams, Matt Damon. You know? And so that I rewatched that movie so many goddamn times. That I would say that's like one of my favorite like comforting things to do. It's where you brush while dry. Yes. Baka says health benefit for me and hot showers when I'm cold. It feels so good. True. So yeah, dry brushing it's a little bit bougie, and that's because it sounds like it is. Like getting a scrubbing brush and using it without water. Yeah. So the way people do it is that they use like this hard brush that is supposed to it kind of helps remove dead skin cells, and it's what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like start at your feet and kind of like move upwards and keep moving upwards to your body. When it comes to dry brushing arms, you lift your arms like above like your heart and then just like, you know, brush towards your heart. You're essentially brushing blood to your heart and doing the same thing from your neck downwards. It's a really strange technique. Does it have like much health benefits? I don't actually know because it is something new that I learned about recently. But basically I heard that it does stimulate your lymphatic system. I heard that it does boost circulation. I think I can agree with that. Apparently it relieves stress. Apparently. It is a good it does stimulate your brain. Yeah, so I think I heard it reduces cellulite. I don't know how true that is. I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying, you know, like when you massaging yourself, you're kind of just like, you know, putting like, you know, motion to your skin and stuff, right? And so yeah, so if you ever like, I don't know, if you ever want to like Google like how to do dry brushing, it's like, you know, I think I've seen like images where it's like what directions you're supposed to go, and it's just interesting. So whether it works or not, I don't know. But hey, I'm a don't knock it till you try it kind of person, you know. Domineer says acupuncture was a life changer for me when I first got behavioral help 8 years ago. Oh, interesting. I'm actually really curious on acupuncture. You know what I saw recently? So I saw something called I forgot what's a spook mat. Oh god, I don't know if I said it. Hold on, you know what, let me Google it in case I got the name. Yeah, it's called a spook acupressure mat. So when I say spook, I mean SPOONK and blah blah blah. That's what it's called. Oh god, my screen is like burning my eyes right now. Hold on, what is that? So yeah, it is a Spook acupressure eco mat. Basically, it comes with a massage ball. It's I guess it's a mat where, honestly, guys, just Google it because I'm doing a terrible job at like explaining it. But you know how like acupuncture, it's like supposed to hit like certain like pressure points and like massage, like, you know, it's a mat but with a bunch of those like circular silicone spike stuff. So I don't actually know if it works, but apparently there's a lot of like 4.5 whatever ratings from like a lot of people. B says, oh, I do have lymphedema in one of my legs. Massage is one of my therapies for it. Oh, interesting. Yeah. There, massage, I think, yeah, I always want to go to a massage parlor, honestly, but I'm too self-conscious of like random people touching my body and stuff. I don't know, it sounds weird. But yeah, that is also really good self-care, man. Axel says, Morgan, thank you for the gifts. Yeah, Morgan is literally the MVP. Axel says cake, and also, I'm also back. I was dying in the bathroom. Oh my god, TMI, Axel. I'm kidding. Vodka says, if nothing else, it's worth the shot if it helps. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know, this spook mat looks like really interesting. I really want to like just try new things in terms of self-care. You know what's really interesting, you guys? Have you ever heard of, well, this, I kind of think it's probably bullshit, but I also want to keep an open mind at the same time. But are you guys aware of like what foot reflexology is? It's like when you massage certain parts of the foot, it's like, oh yeah, massaging this part in your right foot helps the heart. Massaging this part of the foot reduces sinus issues. Massaging this part of the foot reduces lung issues. Like, I'm gonna be really real with you. I think that's kind of bullcrap. But it is largely studied from people for a reason. So it's one of those things where I do not believe it, but I wouldn't knock it down either, just because, again, I do not want to misinform people or have like strong opinions on something that I didn't do enough research on. But that's just me. Axel says, I give TMI, says the weirdo. Oh my god, so rude. Time to ban Axel. I'm kidding. What is going on in there, Axel? Aha! See? A war, Bucka. World War 5. Oh my god. Axel's skipping to more wars in his bathroom. Dominier says, we will not be moving forward with your application to Merriam-Webster's company. Cake, your definitions are lacking. Boo! Too bad my VTuber can't do the thumbs down. Yeah, it's going to 6 soon. Oh my god, Axel. What did you eat, son? Like, what did you eat? Stop it. I'm kidding. Baka says the war was so bad it skipped World War 3 and 4. Or maybe it was like 3, 4, and 5 all in one. Damn, Axel, you better deep clean the crap out of that bathroom. Sad Pepe emoji almost makes me laugh. Alright, Axel. Testing you on self-care moments. If you're not good at self-care, we're banning and reporting you. I'm kidding. Okay, guys, so other than doing something comforting... Oh, this is really cute. Find reasons to laugh. I like this one. So I remember, this is kind of like a stupid story, but when I went through my first breakup ever back in high school, and everybody's got a first, right? I mean, not everybody has a bad breakup, but like, at least I had a bad breakup. I'm not gonna get too into it, but I remember my cure was literally just laughter. Looking at YouTube videos that just, you know, people that just made me laugh, you know? Next one. Talk about my problems. I rant about smaller problems on stream, but it's very rare that I talk about current problems in my stream. Unless it's like sleep, but that's not like a deep like, oh my god, I can't believe Cake revealed it on stream. Next one, overall psychological and emotional self-care. Okay, well, I rated that a 1. Because I did do a lot of things on these lists, but it's one of those things where I think I can definitely do a lot more. Baka says, guess someone is failing the self-care session. Aww. Axel says, listens to videos about how I'm worthless. Oh my god. Why is that Pepe emoji clapping? Dominier says, I'm gonna work on some music, Cake. Thank you so much for the stream, and I'll see you next time. Chat you as well. Oh, bye. Have a good one. Thanks so much for chatting with me. This was really fun. I think I'm probably gonna close stream too soon, but you know, I kind of wanted to fast forward the social self-care because it may or may not be important to some of ya folks. Mr. Frosty says, take it easy, yo. Axel says, I think I'm psychologically and emotionally unstable. So many uns. Baka says, getting reminders if all the in-game problems I'm going through. Yeah, no problems. Okay, guys, we're speed running. We're speed running social self-care. Do you guys spend time with people you like? Anyways, Axel says, goodbye all you lovely people on Twitch chat. Wait, what? This isn't on Twitch though. Silly Axel. Lightning round. How often do you guys call or write to friends and family who are far away? That's a really good one. That's actually really good. Honestly, I wish I could keep up with like more long distance friendships. There's like a lot of friends back in college. I wish I could like. You ever like meet somebody who like you guys would be like best friends if like there was like the right timing and stuff, but like that's just not what happened. And I can think of a few faces inside, and I'm like, damn, there's an alternate universe where we're clubbing hard and succeeding in clubbing hard at night and succeeding life in daylight. Daytime. Okay, well that English was just wrong. Okay, my VTuber just froze for no reason. Okay, well that was really awkward. Anyways, Axel says, it isn't? Who the heck is talking then? I only seen Baka. Axel says, I like to hang out with my friends, but I always get bullied, so it's normal. Axel, most of this chat is you bullying yourself too. Oh, but then again, you also bullied the crap out of your bathroom that it probably has PTSD from the war, so a lot to atone for, Sir Axel. A lot to atone for. Kidding. Let me see. Having stimulating conversations. I definitely have a lot of stimulating conversations actually, especially with C's. Like I always think, see, every Wednesday evening we always have like a meeting, whether it's about like ways we can like get better at our craft in terms of communicating, if we can help each other with tech issues, or ideas, or talking about collabs, you know. But most of it really is just like hanging out, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like it's more friendship than business, you know what I mean? Actually, I don't even see it as like business at all, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like fun to have a little VTuber posse, you know. Talk about friendly fire. I like that. You always have like the most fitting like animated emotes to share, Axel. It's so funny. I've grown to love Pepe more than I already do. It's like seeing you embody the Pepe. Let me see. Meet new people. See, this is a problem. Last year in 2023, I only met 2 new people, and it was wonderful. It was actually Axel and Makoko. That's Axel in chat. They're pretty dope. It was coincidence that they live nearby, and well, not coincidence. I was like trying to find more friends at like an anime con, and I found them through like a Discord server, and then they found out I was VTubing. Here we are today. Axel says, Cake, let's collab. I'll get you demonetized immediately. I mean monetize, bruh. I like how when I think of demonetized, I think of like a demon. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, I'm lacking at this checkpoint when it comes to social self-care. I really want to meet more people, honestly. Like I know I said I can be like kind of picky with like who I enter in my close circle, but like I'm pretty like chill with like meeting new people like off the bat though. Meets new people, checks box after meeting Cake. Aww. Axel says, nah, I'm weird, dumb, and stupid. Stop. Cake saw me from a distance, judged me, and gave me the seriously look and snap at me to come to her because I was getting judged hard. English, Axel, English. Not that I'm amazing at English, but I do understand. I think it's so funny what you're referencing. So for context, guys, the way I met Axel, it was I invited him to one of my birthday weekend, I guess, at the flower festival, and he and his girlfriend were kind of just like looking around for us at like the food truck area, and they couldn't. I think they were I got the hunch that they were acting like they couldn't spot me, because like I got the feeling that they can see where I am, but they also were trying to like, you know, they didn't want to be those awkward people who stare. So it's like, you know, they wanted to like emotionally condition themselves, maybe, or maybe Mikoko's at least trying to do that, you know, I don't know. And I was already with like my friends group, and I just kept staring at Axel from afar, and I just like waved at him like violently. I just kept like you know that come here motion that you do. I was like doing that to him, to the point where it's like, all right, buddy, you can't ignore this. You can't act like I'm not here, because I am like waving him over. And I think Axel was like probably startled, and that's probably where that memory came from. But you know, in my like on an outside perspective, I was probably like waving my hands violently, but in an inside perspective, I swear I was like chill. I was like, come here, buddy, here you are, come meet my friends, you know. Axel says, Cake, I am dying in this war. I am doing my best to speak English. Mr. Pasta says, Axel, you're a little prince. Settle down. Oh, I think that's so sweet. Axel says, who are you? I didn't know you. I was being held back by your serious judging stare. More Pepe emojis. Wow, always playing the victim with Pepe emojis. I'm kidding. Scariest experience of my life so far. Homie, you're fine. We were literally in a field of flowers, and that was the scariest experience in real life. I get the feeling that the Axel that went to that flower field is not the same Axel we know today. What if the OG Axel is still just out? Anyways, moving on. But yeah, no, I really want to meet new people, especially my age. It's really hard to meet people in adulthood, you know? The flowers of death. Oh my god, no, it was such a pretty place. Axel says, I got injured that day. Cake laughed at my injury. Laugh at your injury? I like rushed over to you guys to be like, what happened? I just didn't expect you to like fall in the flowers of death. Flowers deadly. Oh my god. Alright. Next on the list, ask others for help when needed. A lot of people struggle to ask for help, very understandably. Nobody really wants to be a burden. You know, a lot of people like to say, oh, let me see what I can do by myself before I get other people's help. And that's perfectly fine, until people fail to realize that their mentality is like in that, you know, that habit is like so strong that they just don't ask for help at all, and then it eventually gets to them. I think I've done a lot better in asking others for help. I think that also comes with wanting to be a good leader for C's, is also like delegating tasks, but also asking for help when you know I need something. Do enjoyable activities with other people. Nope, can't be me. This is not enjoyable. I'm kidding. I definitely do enjoyable activities with people. I want to do more activities, but you know, God forbid I need more money for that, you know. Baka says the field of flowers were nice. I think I'd enjoy seeing the view if I ever got the chance. Oh, it is super beautiful. Yes, it was like a flower picking festival where it's like $1 per flower, and then you can make your own cute little like flower arrangement. It was so pretty. Oh, I remember like Axel's girlfriend made like a very beautiful flower arrangement. Axel says, help me. Baka, it was nice a bit. Windy but nice. That sounds worth it. It was worth it. Axel says, Pal World, we must play. I can tell it's a really good game because I know Mimic got it through Game Pass. Although I guess I hear that it might be Pass. I think in the future he is planning to get it. I really hope that Mimic gets this job. He had a job interview the other day and it went really well, and then he has his part 2 tomorrow, but in person. So I really hope he gets it because hey, I get the feeling if he does get it, he will probably buy like Pal World, because I know he like really likes it. But right now I'm trying to save money, okay? So no Pal World for me. I've been having fun on the P3 grind so far. Axel says, oh, I hope it goes well for Mimic too. Wow, best of luck to him. Thanks, guys. Yeah. If you guys pray, please pray for him. I want to say that he got the job because it's like, you know how it's like, so it was like part 1 was like a phone interview, and then part 2 is like meeting them, like orienting. So it's like, I really hope that like, even though they say it's part 2 of the interview, I hope that it's not actually like a weed out process, and that part 2 in person actually is like code for like, yes, meet in person for like a mini orientation of like, you know, how the, you know, facility looks like, you know, like I hope you know, and then picking up the paperwork too as well. Like I really hope it's that, you know. And if not, like I'm sure Mimic will you know, knock it out of the park, you know. But you also never know because it's an inpatient behavioral health unit, so it's like I know, and they're pretty strict. Baka says, I'm already having fun in this world with my pals. Axel says part 3 is guaranteed job if they come back for one last interview. That's what I've learned so far. Yeah, but it's like different fields, different things. I feel like in the health field, they're more quick about it, especially when it comes to like healthcare workers. There's more of a shortage, right? But at the same time, this is also like a really good company, like better than the one that I work for. So, I'm not gonna say what it is because it'll just like dox where we are, honestly. But so yeah, for all because it's like a bigger, more professional company, I would be like. Only time will tell. That is true. That is very, very true. Next on the list, don't worry guys, I'm almost done with the social self-care part. So there is blah, 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 blah. Keep in touch with old friends. Oh, I feel like we already have that on the list, to call or write to friends and family who are far away. I definitely keep in touch with old friends. There are definitely some friends that I really miss, that I really broke off connection with. Unfortunately, it's not that like anything dramatic or sad happened. It's just one of those things where it's like you can kind of feel it when like another friend just really doesn't want to invest in like a long distance friendship. How there's like some people who it's like it has to be like local or like in person or like there's no friendship at all. This one makes me sad, to be honest, because I know there's this one girl who I was really close to, and for some reason she finds it very overwhelming to answer texts, so she thinks it's better to just not answer text and emails at all. So I'm like, okay, well I guess friendship's just done then. But of course you don't say it to their face like a breakup. It just dissipates into nothingness, and that those things actually irk me. I really do think that like I just think it's, I'm not gonna analyze it too much, but it was bull crap. Let me see. Axel says I'm antisocial. Nah, you're just busy all the time, but when that new job comes out, you have to say yes to every single outing I bring up, because we are still quote-unquote young, so we have to. Baka says, yeah, I failed at this. Hey, again, by circumstances, it happens. And you know what? Honestly, friendship is a two-way street, so if those bitches didn't like text you back either into like the friendship dissipating, then it's like that's on them. They lost. That's their loss. They could have had good daily puns and they threw it all away. Axel says, right, Baka, people who socialize are losers. What the heck? And then followed by sad cat emojis. Axel, you are a contradictory person. Anyways, well, okay. Last but not least on the social self-care list, overall social self-care. I think I would rate myself a 2 on that, or like 1 to 3. I would rate myself a 2. Like a lot of these things I definitely do, but there are a lot of things that actually does get to me. Like the whole keep in touch with old friends. Like there's some things that I actually do like kind of get to me for that. People I just cannot erase from my head. Yeah, that is what did we do so far? Physical self-care, psychological self-care, social self-care. Honestly, I don't even want to get to professional self-care. That's like, boo, boring. I mean, maybe I'll talk about it in like another just chatting stream. There's spiritual self-care. I think spiritual self-care is actually the one I do best in. So I can actually just run this down the list like right now. So spiritual self-care, spend time in nature, meditate, pray. Okay, fine. I don't really do those. I do pray actually, because praying is a good way of like sorting your conscious thoughts. Self-care for me, negative infinity. Jesus, Axel, how long did it take you to find the negative, the infinity sign? Baka says I'm giving myself a 5 out of 10. Not bad, but can be better. Okay, pat yourself on the back for effort. Okay, next on the spiritual self-care list, it's recognize the things that give meaning to my life. Yeah, I would say I do that. I think deeply, pretty constantly about like what gets me going, I guess. I will say that I tend to fall short on my worst days. When I have like some depression peaks, I'll have a hard time recognizing like the positives, but it's like I don't not do it. Baka says, I pray for winning 50 out of 50's Genshin characters. Shame on you, Baka. No, I'm kidding. I hope you get what you want. Axel says, didn't take long to find the infinity wall. Also, I just noticed I typed social care instead of self-care. Aww. Bad. I don't know if my voice cracked there. I'm sorry if it did. Oh, here's another one. Act in accordance with my morals and values. Do you guys act in accordance with your morals and values? The answer is no. I'm kidding. I think I definitely act in accordance with my morals and values, and I'm with like-minded people. Do the same. And for the friends who don't have their morals aligned, it's really easy for me to kind of like get other people have differing opinions. I know one of my best friends is like complete different like political perspective, but I'm not gonna get into that. Set aside time for thought and reflection. 100 out of 100. I definitely do that all the time. Participate in a cause that is important to me. I did that so much in college. I sadly don't do much of that anymore, but I really want to like look into more like mental health foundations that I don't know, maybe one of these days. I know I'm a really tiny VTuber, but one of these days I would like to have like a bigger community so that I can like have like a percentage of like money go into like a mental health foundation that I like feel strongly about. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool. Baka says, do I? Probably. Axel says, I can't escape them. Edgy boy. Next on the list, appreciate art that is impactful to me, whether it's music, film, literature. I think I can do better. Like, I think I do, in a way. I feel like video games is like a form of art when you like, you know, if that's like what you're into. And then overall spiritual self-care, I would say I rate myself like maybe like a 2.5. Again, like these can always be better. Yeah, the end. We did it. I'm so good at this. Yeah, how long have I been streaming for? Actually, I haven't even been checking. How do I check that? Kick, right? Okay. Oh, almost 3 hours. Wow. Yeah, interesting. I feel like I used to do longer streams, but lately I've been doing like shorter streams. It's not because I'm not having fun or because I'm like so ultra busy that I'll like cut it short, but like usually when it comes to just chatting streams, I feel like it'll kind of, it also like depends on like topic flow. But my mouth is dry as fuck talking about self-care, but that's because this is something I want to talk about time. And I might even do it again, like, you know, just because like different day, different audience, and you know, even if it's like different day, same audience, I honestly think self-care techniques are just so important. It should always be like brought up, you know. Vodka says, I can guarantee you're one person closer to making a community bigger. Oh, that's so sweet. Axel says, I could do better. I could commit my life to playing a lot of anime dating sim games. Axel says, yeah, Vodka Cake is awesome and fun to talk to. Oh, wow, that's so nice. That's so nice. Thanks, guys, so much. Now let's make her play a hard game solo. Oh, no, thank you, guys. I hate you. Vodka says, see you guys later. Toyn B idea and Mr. Frosty. Let me drink some water. That's good. This is good. Oh, Opportunist, you're here. How are you? Are you still streaming? I didn't even get to ask. I didn't see what game you were playing. But yeah, I was just going over the self-care assessment with everybody, except I skipped over professional self-care because I don't really feel like talking about work. I mean, I could like improve my professionals. I'm just gonna like say it like really quick for like the reason why I don't care to like go down this list is because as a per diem worker, I feel like some of these don't even apply to me, but in the off chance they might apply to you, Baka says, let me take this opportunity to say hi. Hi, Opportunist. And I will take this opportunity. I know I said I was gonna end stream, but hold on, guys. I am just gonna quickly run over professional self-care in the off chance that it applies to you guys. So, number 1, improve professional skills. Say no to excessive new responsibilities. Yes, Axel. Yes, this. I am also gonna head out too. I got work tomorrow. I stayed up for too long. No, Axel. Shut up. Say no to excessive new responsibilities. I like how that's the first thing I see. Take on projects that are interesting or rewarding, learn new things related to my profession, make time to talk and build a relationship with colleagues, take breaks during work, maintain balance between my professional and personal life, keep a comfortable workspace that allows me to be successful, advocate for advocate for fair pay, benefits, and other needs. Boy, is that fun. And overall professional self-care. So yeah, I'm not really gonna get too much discussion of that, but since I was at the end of my pages, I kind of want to say that anyway. But anyways, good night, Axel. Thanks so much for coming in, and remember, deep clean your bathroom. Well, thank you for it. Axel says, "See you, Kick. You are the reason I don't have a good self-care." That's amazing. What? Actually, fine. I will take responsibility for tonight. JK, good night. All love you guys. He loves us, but does he even truly know us? I'm kidding. Anyways, whew. Baka says, thanks for hanging out, Axel. See you later. Oh, okay, yeah. I think that I'm gonna, what, how long has it been? Like, short of like 3 hours? So, just that cat emoji. So yeah, that concludes my stream. After this is Persona 3 reload grinding time. Probably good snack time, because I'm actually, oh god, I was just talking about self-care, and here I am thinking about a midnight snack. God damn it! Should have ended streamer like a minute earlier. But anyways, I just want to say, for those of you who are still in chat, or lurking, or even watching this as a VOD, thank you guys so much. Oh my god, I'm getting a call. Oh, I'm getting a call! What is this? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's my cue to go. Alright, bye guys! Have a good one, have a good night. Thanks again for coming. And again, I am here every Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.